I just started the recording. We are playing Final Fantasy IV today. If you're a confused person in the future watching this on YouTube, why is there suddenly natty lights and air horn sounds?
'Cause Marca Day!
Andrea got home 40 minutes ago and said, I want to drink on stream today. And I was like, all right.
He said, I will chug a natty light for every 20 bucks.
Fortunately, it is thematically relevant.
I am trying to help his,
Hey, that's super cool of you.
His, what is it?
$10.20. Thank you very much, this name.
All right, we're
at
44.
It is thematically relevant because the Lodestone Cavern is my least favorite part of Final Fantasy IV, and it might be my least favorite part of any video game ever. That might be over the top, but I guess among games that I really, really enjoy, it's infamously awful. So, the deal with this dungeon, Andrea, is...
Wait, this 4420 doesn't include chaos.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That's right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got another... We each have another one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go get it. I figured we could knock
Take your
out
time.
two.
We'll try to space ourselves, otherwise it's going to be more than Marstead, and I'm not really prepared
and
for
we only
Marstead
have
right
10
now.
of these left, so there's, you know, a cutoff at 5 each.
It's a hot garage beer, too, that's been sitting since April.
And is expired.
Yeah.
We really should just throw them out, but
well,
it feels like a wasted opportunity.
I'll finish explaining the dungeon that we're in when you get back.
Okay.
But it merits drinking. I don't know if it merits worn natty lights. So, also, if you're confused in the future, I did a parody stream on April 1st, Marstead, where I went all the way in on a ridiculous, over-the-top, you know, drinking for donation streamer personality, and I bought way too many natty lights, and they've been sitting in our garage ever since, so this is Andrea's effort to deplete them. It is a fun stream if you'd like to check it out. It's on the YouTube channel. Yeah, it is helping the fundraiser. I mean, let's scope it right now. I can't add the bits on there live, but we're already less than 60 bucks, or a little over 60 bucks away from the cooking stream, so.
Alright, that's yours.
Thanks. I'm gonna wait like 30 minutes. I'm good.
You are? Alright, I'm just gonna keep drinking.
So, Lodestone Dungeon is a magnetic dungeon, hence the name. So, you can't equip any metal gear at all. If you have any metal stuff equipped, you get paralyzed permanently in the dungeon.
Oh.
So...
I guess that makes sense. It's like you're stuck to the wall.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay because one of your characters is a mage, but he has really limited MP. One of your characters is a monk whose metal claws somehow don't count, but we're not going to complain about that because it's good for us. One of your party members is a fat engineer guy named Sid, the Sid of this game. He usually uses a metal hammer, now he has to use a wooden hammer. And on top of it all, when you actually go to fight the boss, they do let you equip metal gear, but the boss is really hard. Like, he just wrecked us last session. So we did a little bit of farming at the end of the previous stream. Hopefully we'll be equipped to be able to handle it this time. I do use rods, but they take too long.
So my conference was good. It's a conference full of theorists, which is why I kind of just bounced.
You said something about orthogonal quark color?
No, orthogonal color space. Yeah, I was like, I know what those words mean. But, and cosmic strings.
Gravitational waves from cosmic strings.
Oh, which apparently there are already constraints on that, which means it is potentially observable.
Oh, hey, something that's testable. That's exciting.
But yeah. Sure works. But I had talked about my experiment that I worked on called HAWK, High Altitude Water Trancop Observatory. You should look it up, HAWK with a C. I start, my opening slide now is a picture of the experiment and then a picture of one of the tanks and a picture of a T-Rex next to that tank because the tanks are...
We still gotta record your science in 3. Whoa.
The T-Rex height.
Why is this map not...
But yeah, so my talk went well. I had one embarrassing moment where someone asked me a question and I was like, yeah, I don't know, and the answer was right on my slide because it was a new slide. And I don't just read off of my slides, I kind of just show the slide and then say whatever comes to mind about the plots and shit. So I was like, oh, I don't know, and then I look back at the slide, I'm like, wait, just kidding, I do know! It's associated with the pulsar. Yay.
Sorry, I'm puzzled.
Oh, also, I was maybe like 20% Valley Girl. At one point, I was like, okay, guys, here's the thing about Hawk. Like, we don't know where in the atmosphere the shower converts, so a high energy shower converting way up high looks the same, because it's losing energy, as a low energy shower converting really low. They look identical. There's no way for us to tell the difference, so our energy resolution sucks.
I'm suddenly very puzzled because I was pretty sure that I got to the final save point of this dungeon, then died, then exited the dungeon.
Here's the thing about science. And then I'd be like, fun fact, we have this parameter called pinkness, which was named after Pinkie Pie, because the guy who invented it loves My Little Pony. In not a weird way.
Okay. I like John Pretz. He's a cool guy.
You've met John Pretz?
Physicist. Yeah.
When did you meet John Pretz?
I don't remember.
Bald guy, glasses?
Yeah, no, I know. I think he may have gone to a dinner at some point.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, he's a physicist, and he really likes My Little Pony. So he has a lot of stuff that's named
Yeah, he has
after
a stepson now, and so he's trying to get a stepson into My Little Pony. Friendship and Magic is awesome, by the way. If you haven't watched it, you should watch the first couple seasons. Where Lauren Faust was involved.
This Gene Sonic Hedgehog. Yeah. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise that, like, just about everybody in science is a nerd, right?
Oh, yeah, there was another time where I was like, oh, so there's this new source, and within the collaboration, we call it Eevee, because it looks like Eevee.
Like the
Pokemon?
The Pokemon,
Oh,
yeah.
Here, let me see if I can find a picture of it and post it on Discord.
It's, you start to wonder, oh man, it's so puzzling why science fiction seems to inform the path of actual scientific research. And it's like, no, nerds that watch Star Trek go on to become scientists and want to make Star Trek technology. It's not a coincidence. So apparently I lost more progress when I died to the Dark Elf than I thought I did, because I thought that most of this cave was explored, but I must have... What probably happened is I got to the second save point, and I used a tent, but I forgot to actually save.
Here, this is the source. Do you think that looks like Eevee?
Horrific.
Dylan?
You can see that.
It's, artistic. How do you screenshot?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to take a screenshot of this. Whoa.
What are you ultimately trying to do?
I'm trying to put a picture of Eevee in Discord.
In Discord. It's not Windows 10, so you can't do Windows Shift S, which is the best all-time current Windows 10 keyboard shortcut, by the way.
Windows X... No.
No, just open up the snipping tool. Windows Shift S pulls up the snipping tool and puts it directly onto your clipboard if you've never used it before. Do I go under
Start and hit Snip?
Yes. It's right there on the list. You can see it.
Snipping.
Snip it, it'll put it on your... Copy it, and then paste it into general. I know, right, Yukupo? I also use snipping tool a bajillion times. Anything I ever post in Discord is generally from snipping tool. And there was some thread on Reddit recently, and they're like, what are some cool Windows 10 shortcuts? And I'm like, alright, I don't care about any of these. But one of them was like Windows Shift S. I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome! It doesn't even bring the tool up, it just pops up the... It doesn't bring the app up, it pops up the thing for you to click and drag and puts it on your clipboard directly.
Sorry, I'm having trouble. Alright, I think I got it this time.
Good job, I believe in you. Okay, edit, copy. Go down to Discord in the bottom there.
Yep.
Go, and just right-click paste into general.
Am I in general?
Yeah, right-click in there and hit paste. Power armlets. Push to help with that. Nice. Power armlet. Oh wow, it's actually
okay. Eevee is now in.
Watch it be metal.
Discord. Its real name, by the way, is 2HWC J1955 plus 285. You know, it just rolls off the tongue.
It's good to have names like Eevee. Just like a Kingdom Hearts title. Yeah, exactly. Are you still working on your first one?
No, it's my second one.
That's your second one? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it in a second. I'm, like, the most extreme lightweight.
Oh my god, he is. It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh, yeah, no, the power armlet that drops inside this dungeon.
I was gonna say, I can do 6 and you can do 4 if you want. That'll probably be equal amount of dungeons.
Based on... Okay, sure. I'm already pretty feeling it. The power armlet that drops inside of this dungeon is magnetic, so Cecil is paralyzed. There's also a counter if I ever pronounce his name wrong and say Cecil. That's how I pronounced it as a kid because I didn't know any better.
Cecil?
It's supposed to be Cecil, yeah. So I hope that Galactic Kodiak shows up. I think I upset him last time we were playing FF4. I got into this big rant about me not liking alcohol and thinking and being confused by how popular it is
And
during
yet,
Final
here we
Fantasy
are.
IV, and here we are today, getting flavor blasted for money.
Because of Andrea's idea. I was gonna say Andrea.
Andrea does this to me all the time. She likes to have ideas, like just now. I could have planned for this for like weeks.
No, I got this idea
Hey,
on
in
the
30
drive
minutes.
back because I was like, you know what? I think I am gonna drink today because of America.
I can make that work. Oh god. Be great to be a lightweight.
Get flavor blasted for money. I don't know how someone. God, add the quote. He's good at that.
We are trying to raise money to send my nephew Jaden and his dad Kat to PAX.
It's for a good cause.
If you haven't seen Jaden's chiptune streams yet, I highly encourage you to scope them out on YouTube. Very, very impressive stuff.
There we go. Thanks,
just finished
Leon.
the second one this past
Oh, wait.
Sunday. I think it's
Not right.
ad quote.
Add quote. That makes sense.
Very close. He's very talented with music, and hoping to get him some connections at PAX or see some.
There we go. Oh my god, there's
Helpful
488 quotes.
There are. Jahan has done a very good job of managing the quote
you,
list and keeping
Jahan.
it updated. One of the all-time favorite quotes is your thing about one day we can have a kid and you can kill it.
Oh. Oh yeah, thanks, Leon.
I did invent bread.
Well, because he always bitches whenever a kid dies in a game and then comes back for some reason.
I assure you, if anyone understands my relationship with dead children in video games, it's this audience.
Yeah, okay. Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm just trying to explain the inside joke for people who might not know.
I deeply appreciate that.
Anyway,
I'm
he
the one that has
hates
to
it
do
when
that.
children don't die, and he hates it even more when they die but come back for some reason. Like, he just doesn't like the character shield of children. He thinks the same consequences should apply to them. Oh, it's in general.
Didn't
Evie
you
is
post
in
it,
general.
Rose?
Yeah, I totally did.
That looks like Evie.
But anyway, yeah, so I was like, don't worry, Dylan. One day we can have our own child, and they will die if we fuck up. Or if we can kill it, I think is probably what I
we can
said.
murder it.
We can-
Oh my god, Andrew. That's not what I meant. I don't want all kids to die. I just would like stories to have similar consequences for all their characters. And
Is
not
there a
exempt
character
them.
that looks like that in 6?
Bald monk character in 6.
Isn't there an Asian monk character in 6?
You're thinking of Cyan. Yeah.
Cyan? Okay, I don't know if his hair is like
Really a
that.
monk. He kind of has a top knot, sort of.
Okay.
I'm very bothered by the fact that he's blonde in this game. This game is Final Fantasy IV. It was originally for the Super Nintendo, released in 1991. This is a remake for the DS, and they tried to make the characters look more like the original art. And Yang, in his original sprite, he had black hair.
He should have black hair.
Yeah, and him having blonde hair is
Maybe he bleached
odd
it.
to me. Very possibly. But it's like, I can't be mad because that's what the original concept art is. It looked just like that. Dude, I totally made it to this save point last session, and then used a tent, and then didn't save, and lost all the progress from being in here. Ugh.
So I've never heard of a movie called Threads. I don't know if he's heard of a movie
Threads?
called
No, I
Threads.
have
Does a
not.
child die in it?
It's drunk Lodestone Cavern, Aki. Andrea decided right before stream that she wanted to clear out the Brostead Natty Light materials. So $20 is Natty Light, and it counts double for the fundraiser rewards. If you go to fundraiser.marstead.com, there's all kinds of fabulous prizes for donating. Up to $40, it'll count as though you donated double what you actually donated. And you can get extra sub-block hours and better friends, just better life relationships in general.
And donate to a good cause, sending a 14-year-old to his very first PAX.
Oh no, the voice actors in this, like, known quantities? I've heard people complain about the voice acting in this game. I didn't think it was
There's
all that
voice
bad.
acting in this game?
In the remake, yeah. It's a thing. It's not terrible. French poodle with an eye-palm tail. I can see that. They die, get resurrected, but it turns out the demon actually possessed them, and now you have to fight against the possessed dead body of a child. I could roll with that. My thing is consequences. Resurrection doesn't bother me so long as it has some kind of consequence. Like, you can't just do it for free. Final Fantasy XIV really likes to bring back characters all the time, and it means that you can't take any death seriously because right around the corner they might arbitrarily bring them back. I'm gonna go back and save again, just to be 100% sure, and then we'll go die to the Dark Elf here.
Is that the boss?
Yeah. He's super hard. So I thought, spoilers for Infinity War, I guess it's probably...
Anyone who knows anything from the comics and the Gauntlet thing knows the ending.
Well, it's like the #1 post on Reddit recently with the Thanos did nothing wrong subreddit, so it's kind of hard to escape it.
Yeah.
I loved the ending of...
I was mad because I like Scarlet Witch. But...
It's very specific, Andrea. It's way too specific.
Oh, anyway, they did something in the Scarlet Witch that made me mad. Guess what that is.
I was delighted with the ending of the film because I thought it was earned. They did a good job of developing Thanos as a character and developing his motivation. They did a good job of developing the event at the end of the film. And it's kind of an unwinnable situation because you know that, you know, Spider-Man Homecoming 2 has already been greenlit and Black Panther 2 is definitely happening. It's kind of an unwinnable situation. You want to do that and you want to have the impact of that, but then you know that that's not going to be permanent, right? So it's... I don't know. I think the way they did it is probably the best way they possibly could have done it, given that any savvy viewer is going to realize that there's no, you know, actual drama for money reasons, if nothing else. It's not that you don't think there's any drama because it's not dramatic. It's because you know that, oh, well, Black Panther 2 is already coming out, so that can't be real.
Alright, so Retro Rocket, I think that if the child goes back in time and kills that person before he kills the child, that he might be okay with that.
If a child dies, is resurrected, and it kills the person that resurrected them, as long as someone is making a sacrifice, I'm okay with that.
Sometimes dead is better.
I don't like when child character shields are free. I'm going to skip this text because we already saw it last session.
Is that the Dark Elf? Looks like a stingray with legs.
Well, I don't think they could have Yukupo. Hear me out. Let me see if I can remember the logic for this. If they had flipped the characters they chose, then in Avengers 5, there's no drama at all, because then in Avengers 5, the main characters that we're following are the ones that we know to be safe, right? So they had to sacrifice some of the drama of Avengers 4 to make Avengers 5 interesting at all, because now 5, the remaining characters that presumably have to solve the problem and aren't...
He just killed your whole party.
Yeah, it's scripted.
Oh, that's why you weren't trying?
Yeah, right. If only I could wield my sword. Cecil over here thinks that he personally is the reason they just lost. He has 3 other team members.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know, she's taking responsibility. Oh, is that a bard?
Well, they did do that though, Raish. Doctor Strange makes it. This is a bard, yes. Doctor Strange makes a comment about seeing 14 million possibilities and only one where we win, which implies that the sequence of events that proceeds after
And he just gives away the time
that,
stone as if it was nothing.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense, given what he just said.
Yeah.
So I think that scene is the keystone to making the movie make sense. If that doesn't happen, then yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, no, I know. I died last session. So I didn't buy, like, mithril gear for Sid, or good armor for Cecil, because I forgot about the second phase of the fight. Just as totes a narcissist.
I was very impressed with their ability to pack it with so much story. Like, they had so many characters doing so many things.
Oh yeah, it's,
It didn't feel overwhelming.
It's a Marvel... It's a filmmaking marvel, if nothing else. I think it deserves credit for that. Am I allowed to go back and save during that? Oh, okay. The exit is sealed by the Dark Elf's magic. Nope. Alright, now let's die to the Dark Elf for real this time. Now I have to play video games. I've been on autopilot up till now. In 5 minutes, I will drink the second natty light that is owed. How close are we to another one?
We're about $16 away. Did I do my math right? Yeah. So,
That's
right.
alright. I think this was a successful fundraising effort. No one has to donate any more money. We're good. All good.
Yeah, we're at $44.20.
Right. I think I need to recast Bio after he form changes. I don't think his status effects persist.
This boss music is underwhelming.
No, it's okay. So the boss insta kills you, and your friend, the Spoony Bard from earlier.
Yep. Oh, he's playing a song to get you back up.
Yes, he's sick in bed, and he barely gets up and plays this song through Whisperweed, which is like a cell phone that's made out of grass.
Uh-huh.
And he's playing this music to make the magnetic field go away. It makes sense. Just roll with it. I turned to look at you like, no, Andrea, this makes sense. And then as I start to explain, I'm like, oh, that doesn't actually make sense, does it? That's, she's reasonable to be confused. You try to keep Tellah topped off for phase 2, because that's where I'm gonna die. Does he have any elemental weaknesses? Does anybody know?
What about lightning? Because he's dark.
Yeah, right. Sleep Blade hits pretty hard. Now, Bio... Can you not, man? Can the sap from Bio be cured? I don't think it can it?
Don't you have any, like, antidotes?
Bio is
a
not
shit
poison.
ton of them, right?
Well, it's not poison.
No,
it's a different status effect.
Oh, he's a snake!
Yeah, this is when he's gonna kill me. It's already happened. Is he specifically not weak to the Sleep Blade? He may have only been weak against Cecil's main sword. I'll play with it in a second. Double check in a second, see what happens. 500 HP is not how much damage I just took.
Oh, you could get a magnet, a decent magnet, and hold it up to your CRT, and you'll see it all get distorted from the electron spending.
Muffled all the sounds, make them sound old-timey. Oh, that's cool.
Oh no!
Yeah, he said he didn't notice it because he played it on the CRT in the past. Oh my god, I'm actually trying really hard in this fight, and I'm getting my ass kicked. It looks like he's not weak against the Sleep Blade either. Unfortunate. I might have to grind for a bit to be able to win. We'll see. Dragon forms weak against fire. Thanks. Good looking out. I only have 2 Pheonix downs. Oh, that's a mistake. At least they won't be bioed anymore once I pick them up. Nice cover. Good job, Cecil. Way to be a paladin. Dark Breath. Isn't it kill him again? Yeah, it just hits so hard. Damn. Shit. Doesn't really hit Tellah that bad, though.
Is that the pink guy?
I don't know my party level. Yeah. It's 50 MP. I guess if I'm ever going to recover more than 50, this is the combat to do it in. Using ethers. What is this?
I know, you never use ethers, but it said you had 18. I don't think I ever had 18 ethers.
I used a dry ether. I only had 2 of them.
Final Fantasy 10.
I probably have to go outside and grind for a while, which means the alcohol will be increasingly irrelevant. Nice miss. It's a big deal in this fight. Maybe I'll just try to keep Tellah alive and just have him nuke. That's pretty good damage.
That was really good.
Hey!
Here, have a victory beer.
Sure. You might need to take over playing if I get too flavor blasted.
You're not gonna get that flavor blasted. You're not chugging.
I'm pretty flavor blasted.
He can actually chug. Refreshing.
Can you silence the boss? Thank you, Edward. Thanks, sir. Oh man, that was like 20 bucks. Cool. A huge load off your mind. I was about to beat you to...
Alright, we are at $69, so that is another one for me.
Alright. Got the Earth Crystal, you're traded in. Alright, let me top everybody off here. Yeah, that was miserable. So I should just be casting Pure Raga right away, and that makes the fight a lot quicker, I guess. For future reference. Future Marstead when I play Final Fantasy IV again. Nice job, sir. Nice. We're at 69. Nice.
Nice. Assuming my math is right.
Okay, I think we want to cast Exit and get the heck out of here. I don't want to go outside, get into a random battle, and die. That would be pretty awful.
So, fun story, when you do advanced physics, you get to the point where you don't actually do math. Well, you do, but you don't do math with numbers. It's all hieroglyphics.
Right, letters.
Yeah. So, you might say, oh, Andrea, you're a scientist, you should be good at math. Nope.
You're good at logic.
I can do logic.
Right.
I'm good at making a computer do math for me.
Can I not use teleport in this dungeon?
Apparently not. It's grayed out. That usually means you can't use it.
Thanks, Andrew.
You're welcome. Just trying to help
Appreciate the
out.
hot tips. He one-shots the boss with Bacchus Wine? It's, I guess the problem is keeping Young alive long enough. Like, it looks like he would die to Dark Breath pretty much regardless. of my statistics. Teleport magic is Ferris. Everyone knows that.
I mean,
Can't use it in the magnet
ironist.
phase. Yeah. I think they implied that the boss itself was producing the magnetic field, because that's what dark elves do.
Oh. Well, then it should get weaker when you're further away from him.
He's dead now, so... Oh, right, you're right. It's true.
Just saying, it's a long-range force.
Ferris, you outside! I don't have my normal soundboard, so you'll have to deal with air horns. No, wait, hold on. Okay.
That one's very
It's good. No, it's
appropriate. That was way
it
more
is.
appropriate than the one you picked.
Hold on. I'm just concerned about the audio balance, as I haven't specifically tested it for this
Is the
stream.
audio okay with the...
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Do you like the guitar riff better, sir? Tell me that you like the guitar
I was
riff
wrong.
better.
All right, well, we got Ultra Flavor Blasted to be able to handle the Lodestone Cavern. The Lodestone Cavern is done, so I apologize to hardcore
You
Final
said this
Fantasy
was a
IV.
long dungeon.
Well, last session, the second half of it was this dungeon. So
So you're already.
I've
mostly
already done most of that suffering, and I left and got upgrades, like Andrea for Soundboard 2018. No, the donation sound effect was her idea.
Yeah, it was. Well, because we were talking, and I was like, dude, you gotta do one that's like one-winged angel. That's like the obvious song you haven't done yet.
I was originally going to do a donation song for Wicked Flight from Bravely Default, but it was really hard to get the timing right.
But then I was like, donation! I'm like, oh man, you have to do it that. You have to do that.
Well, I had to talk you into recording it with me. I think that makes it sound way cooler.
It does sound better. It sounds more cool.
You wanna go back and re-record any of the like cat hype?
Meow 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 meow.
Boy, is it ever Wednesday. How are we doing on... Yeah, getting there. It's happening.
What's happening?
The, cooking stream.
Hey! Unlocking
Not there yet,
the
but
cooking...
we're getting pretty close.
Oh, almost unlocking the cooking
Yeah,
stream.
we're at 12:48 now with Serp's donation. We can get to 12:80 and math. Right, Aki? Oh man, so a lot of the enemies in this game have like a 1 in 128 drop, and Aki is a pretty hardcore completionist when it comes to Final Fantasy games.
So you're like not thieving them? Stealing from them? Or?
No, it's just a chance that it can drop. Right, and earlier I got to a level where there were enemies that had drops that were that rare, and I got 2 of them.
Ooh.
Without trying.
This is like the very first time I played Kingdom Hearts, I got the shield drop for Goofy from the Defender guys, and I just thought that was a common thing.
No, it is not.
I haven't gotten it again.
I was watching Brewski play Dark Souls. He got like 3 Titanite slabs. Like, I hate
Well,
you.
you got the jump back
so
on that
much.
first boss.
The what?
The thing where he jumps off the bridge?
Oh, yeah. yeah. The Taurus demon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of a bad thing because he's supposed to be kind of like, this is how Dark Souls bosses work. And he just whoop, jumped off the edge, so I didn't really get to practice. And we have to decide, maybe we'll put it to a stream vote.
I was gonna say, you could probably do
not.
not give him another incentive to get natty lights. Why don't get Smirnoff ices? You would actually enjoy Smirnoff ices.
It's a pretty bro thing to do.
They have similar alcohol content.
Yeah, these are disgusting.
And you know what? If you stick a straw in it, you can chug it. Because the straw... Oh, no, I think you could probably, chug it.
I think
Yeah, 'cause
Brostead's
you-
retired. I think we tapped out all the design space of
Really?
Brostead last year.
Yes, we're
could maybe
drinking
find
America's
another-
beer. Natty Light. You can see there's an A there with an eagle
So,
for America.
garage. It's been sitting in the garage since April 1st. It's not as hot in Los Alamos because we're 7,500 feet in the air, but it is like at least 75, 80 degrees out there.
Oh, our local microbrew did a pineapple cider that was really good. He actually liked it. He normally doesn't like...
Was it pineapple?
It was pineapple. Well, you don't like... Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't tell you it was pineapple.
I like free sugar drinks. I like to basically pretend that it's not alcohol.
Oh, is that like the hot summer cider pineapple this year?
What's the...
Oh yeah, ABQ is much hotter. It's usually about 10 degrees hotter than up here. Which is nice, because Albuquerque, I think, is like 100 degrees today.
We're about as good as you can get. We have the dryness of the desert without the
heat.
Oh no, I just got lost. Okay, hold on. I had the classic, you're playing a JRPG in a random battle, makes you forget what part of the dungeon you were in. Oh, sight helps with that? Okay, thank you. Pheonix is something else entirely. It was that King of the Hill thing. They get outside. It's like walking on the surface of the sun. This city is a monument to man's arrogance.
Oh, that was it. Ooh, Shiraz. Is it the Shiraz? It's in a plastic bag. We used to have a party called Bacchanalia, or you know what I mean.
Like Bacchus.
And okay, let me try to remember the phrase.
You're talking about
it wasn't Veni Vidi Vici. It was like Veni Vici Veni. Yeah. I saw, I conquered, I came. Get it?
Oh, that's cool.
It's funny because it's college.
Undergrad.
Anyway, people used to dress up like not cherubs. Who are the guys with the large dicks?
Satyrs.
Satyrs. People would dress up like satyrs.
They weren't large dicks. They just had priapism.
Oh, they were hard dicks. Sorry. As he says the classy word for it. Anyway, they would have like these bags of wine strapped to them, and then you would go and like chug the wine. It was fun.
I'm really glad that I didn't go to college sometimes.
You didn't have to go to the parties.
I suppose that's
like
true.
My friend Jeff never went to the, but he went to one party because I got him to go, and he was like, "Yeah, this is not my
to
thing."
ban air horns. Preferable. Never once been to a party like that. Straight up. Oh man, this is a different experience.
Yeah, I used to be a party girl, but then, you know, have you ever felt like you just partied enough?
Have you ever stolen enough?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
No, I love my friend Jeff. He's great. He basically is probably the reason I didn't fail out of physics. He used to help me with my homework. And I really enjoyed hanging out with him because he like was a video game nerd. So I would sit there and do my homework, and he would play Portal.
There you go.
And then when I had questions, he'd pause and help me out. It was great.
Is that how you know about Portal?
That is how I know about Portal. Yeah.
Nice. That was our early relationship thing with me and Andrea.
Yeah, he was bobbing his head. I was like, are you singing the Portal song? And he's like, oh my god, I am! And then he fell in love with me.
I had such high standards that she had to impress me.
Dude, I impressed you the second you saw me do that physics demo. I was doing a physics show at the Ohio State Fair, and I invited him to come and see me, just to, like, have first contact.
In a public setting with lots of safe people around.
My friend Jen was totally, like, eyeballing him. Not, like, in a sexual way, but, like, in a judgy way.
No, she came up to me and gave me a shitty look, like a...
Yeah, she's like, you're not good enough for my friend.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny.
Made it outside. I'm not sure why they didn't let us cast teleport, because it totally worked earlier.
Oh no, Aki! Were they cool? I hope they were cool about it.
Okay, we're progressing the story. So, story so far.
Yep. Is that a chocobo?
It is. It's black chocobo.
That's
Cecil
purple. That's
was...
a purple chocobo? That's not black, that's
Cecil
purple.
was
the color of the chocobo there is purple.
Cecil was captain of the Red Wings.
Okay.
In the Kingdom of Baron.
Uh-huh.
And he used to be a Dark Knight.
Okay.
And The king of Baron. No, he's dark. You're a jerk. And the king of Baron decided to be a megalomaniacal asshole and tried to steal all the crystals. This is a crystals game, like Final Fantasy IX.
Is the town of Baron, like, starved of food?
No, he's just being a jerk.
Is it run by a baron?
No, it's just called Baron. Turns out the king was actually a turtle monster.
Okay.
And
that
we
makes
fought
sense.
him.
Yep.
Also, Cecil felt really bad about going around murdering people to steal crystals, and then he became a paladin.
Okay.
Instead of a dark knight.
So
the most recent thing that happened is that Cecil's friend, Kane, who is a dragoon, his childhood rival friend, is working for the bad guy who is controlling the Turtle Man. And he wants us to go get the Earth Crystal from the Dark Elf's cave and give it to him to save Cecil's girlfriend, who's currently being suspended from a ceiling.
Like, by magic or by a rope?
By rope.
Ah.
For like weeks, so her arms are gonna fall off.
she's dead.
Yeah, or she's peeing herself or something.
All of her blood, she can't swallow.
It's like renaming
Wait, no, I read somewhere, I remember someone telling me that you can swallow while you're upside down, because, like, maybe it's only food. I don't know, I feel like the risk of bad things happening when you're upside down
quite high.
It's quite high. Blood
it's excessive. Tie her up, put her in a cell.
I don't know, how long would it take you to die if you were suspended upside down?
It's one of those things where in the original Super Nintendo game, she's clearly like bound or something in a dramatic bad guy room, because they keep like doing these cutaways where they show you what the bad guys are talking about and she's in the background. But in the 3D version, she's hanging from the ceiling. The rope is around her hands and she's like this. Like,
I thought she was hanging upside down.
No, from her hands.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, we cannot have fireworks in Los Alamos.
Yeah, it's banned. It's too dry. They closed down the disc golf course.
Because they don't want people to maybe smoke while disc golfing.
I guess it's a trail. I guess they closed all trails.
Yeah. Alright. Having a town named Baron is like renaming Washington, D.C. to President.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's where the president lives.
Muscle coordination and swallowing is stronger than gravity. Peristalsis.
Yeah, I feel like I learned this in high school biology.
Alright, let's go talk to...
Kinda stuck.
Let's go talk to Edward, the bard friend who played his music into our weed.
Right, yep.
To stop the dark elf from having a magnetic field.
So you're telling me he smoked weed and heard some music?
No. He played music into the weed. It's a cell phone weed. This is different from the original game. Was he gave me an echo harp, which was a magic harp that repeated whatever notes he played on his own harp, which is actually more reasonable than him playing his harp into a magic weed.
I'm kind of paying attention.
Thanks. Way to look like you care.
Whatever, the Bard saved the day.
Thanks, Bard.
Yay, Bard.
Thanks to you, Edward. Hey, Cecil, check out my SoundCloud.
Oh, speaking of which, you should check out Jaden's SoundCloud. Right, he has a SoundCloud?
Yes, jadennico.com.
Nico with a K.
Niko. Tellah previously believed that Edward, the bard who's lying on the bed, was macking on his daughter. And he was really mad about that because his daughter ran away with this bard. He ran away with a rock star. Then he found out that Edward was a prince, and he was totally fine with it, of course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
This is like LA fans being cool with LeBron now.
There's an infamous scene where, in the original Super Nintendo game, Tellah yells at him.
Well, that is 2 beers for both of us.
Oh man, that was like $10. Cool.
Alright, I can math.
You rock, Islua. Thank you so much.
I can math. 69 and 20 cents plus 40.
That's the easiest math you could possibly do. 109 and 20 cents.
109, 20 cents.
Come on.
Alright, I'm gonna finish this one and then I'll go get
2 more.
2 more.
Listen. The important part is that... You listening?
Yes, the bard saved the day.
In the original translation, Tellah gets really mad at the bard because he doesn't know he's a prince yet.
Right.
And he says, "You spoony bard."
Does spoony mean something in Japanese?
No, it's just that's what they choose to translate it as.
Spoony.
It's one of the most infamous translations.
Does that mean he's a slut because he spoons a lot?
no one knows what spooning means.
All right, it means he's a slut.
They like it so much.
He's a womanizer.
Video games.
He's a womanizer who spoons.
This is an improved,
anything that comes his way.
This is an improved localization of the game, and they still kept the line because it is so beloved by localization teams across the world.
You think meant loony?
Yeah, the cooking stream is officially unlocked.
Hey, cooking stream!
Woo! Thanks everybody for supporting today.
Cooking stream!
It probably will not be this Sunday, but it will likely be the following. Well, it's going to be over the course of several nights. It might even be a weekday night that we do it, just when we're cooking normally. Okay, you gave me the Bard Song augment. Aki, are there other augments that I can unlock now that are going to become unavailable soon? So something they added in the DS version of this game is like Marstead Cancer, called augments, and they're permanently missable gigantic upgrades that are only unlocked when you give them to characters at arbitrary points in the game.
Okay.
Like, this is a game, you remember how in Final Fantasy IX your party switches out all the time?
Yes.
But at the end you get to play as everybody?
Yes.
In this one, your party switches out and they're gone forever sometimes.
Oh.
So what they did is they said, if you give these new augments we added in the DS version to a character who's gone forever, we'll give you an even better augment after they leave.
Oh, that's nice.
But there's no way to know that that's going to be a thing.
I still remember Jai being like, dude, I was leveling up Eris so hard in Final Fantasy VI. Then that bitch
7.
fucking dies. 7, whatever.
Spoilers for FF7, Andrea.
Okay,
God.
if you haven't...
Hey, Grin, how you doing?
Statue of Limitations, you know what I mean.
Wednesday. Statue. So level her up every time. I love how you can get her final limit break. Like, you have to go way out of your way to do it. You'll get to use it for all of like 30 minutes. I know that voice. I love how the people of Troy are like, yeah, you can totally borrow it. Nothing bad's gonna happen with that. Sephiroth kills Dumbledore, who's Darth Vader's father. Great. The Muppet who tries to steal the candy bar from the robot is actually Jedi Master Yoda. Shock and awe. Oh my grabness gracious. Okay, we're gonna go outside and we're gonna save. And then we're going to go give the Earth Crystal to Cain, because that's a good idea. It's going to end well for all involved, and I'm calling it right now. Everything's going to be fine. My man. Old school buddy from back in the day. He jumps on people. That's what his thing is.
All right, that one's yours.
Okay,
We've only got 3 left.
I'm pretty flavor blasted, so I'm gonna wait until 2:30 Pacific.
All right, if you haven't drunk it by then, I'll just drink it.
No, okay, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
2:30
All right.
Pacific.
Well, but like, I'll get you a cold one.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, I'll get you one that's been in the
I'm
fridge.
done with the garage hot alcohol. Yikes. On a Wednesday. I guess it is pretty American to drink in the middle of the week.
Yeah, especially on the 4th of fucking July. It's in the Constitution, Dylan.
Oh, Golbez is here. Golbez is the bad guy.
Laugh at my joke. Thank you.
Golbez is the guy that took over the Red Wings after Cecil got fired for being...
And the Red Wings are Dark Knights.
The Red Wings are...
Cecil was a Dark
there.
Knight, and he was part of the Red... Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
you're not completely wrong,
Okay.
but you are utterly wrong.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright, so they want me to go to the Tower of Zot, which... I was saying this earlier. I love Final Fantasy IV. I love Final Fantasy IV as a complete work, but I hate every individual part of this game. Like... I forgot that you go straight to the Tower of Zot after the Lodestone Cavern. The Tower of Zot is awful. I think I wasted an entire rental cycle on this dungeon. Like when I was a kid, I didn't own this game, I rented it. And I got stuck. There's a boss called the Magus Sisters.
Hey!
You know of, right? like
the bug people.
Well, they're not bugs.
I know, but they're bugs in Final Fantasy X.
It's true. They're a reference to this dungeon. Spoilers, we're gonna fight the Magus Sisters later.
I like them because you reflect on the ladybug and then you like super hit people with your magic.
I rented this game and spent an entire rental cycle stuck on the Magus Sisters until I discovered Bio.
Ah. You didn't know about Bio from the Dark Elf?
I didn't use it on the Dark Elf. I looked at Bio and I was like,
on you.
I had already Final Fantasy 2-4 was my second ever RPG after Earthbound when I was a kid.
Okay.
But I had already learned by that point that status effects were garbage. Don't cast poison on things.
I
Would
see
you bother? And I thought Bio was just, oh, it's just another poison. That's pretty trash. What does chat think in terms of which version of Final Fantasy IV is best to play? I'm playing the DS version because I have played the Super Nintendo version a bajillion times and wanted to see something a little new. I would be a little blind. But I think I would personally recommend the GBA or Super Nintendo versions. I haven't played the PSP one. They do some cool stuff in this DS one. There's some new content, new ideas. PSP gives the classic experience. Right. In the original one, you didn't get any indication that sap was a thing. So you'd cast Bio on things, and then you'd have to really pay attention and notice them just die. Because it drains their health every second after you hit them with it. It's actually pretty good. If you're able to survive, you don't need to be doing... If you just cast Bio and then just start casting heal spells, eventually the enemy will die from Bio ticking down their health. But the original Super Nintendo game did not tell you that at all.
Of course not.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to figure that shit out.
Why does Cecil have such a tiny head? That's a really good question.
Head size doesn't matter, Leewit. Just kidding.
I'm just kidding, it totally matters.
Yeah, actually, someone had like a ginormous Mr. Mackey head.
I was playing
that would be
Chores of
really
Eternity 2 earlier this week, and they added a mode in the options called Big Head Mode, which is from the first game to have Big Head Mode was GoldenEye.
Really?
You had to do it in like a Donkey Kong code. It was called DK Mode.
Okay.
Anyway, I turned it on, and I'm like, I actually kind of like this because now I can easily tell the characters apart. And poor Serp, who really likes Chores of Eternity, people come in like, this game looks interesting, and he's like, yeah, that's not how it normally looks. They don't all have bobbleheads like that. Poor Serp.
Interesting artistic choice.
Oh, those giant heads. DK Mode, man. It's my jam.
So, this just reminds me, we were listening to Ready Player One on tape. We only got about like a third of the way through
Careful
it.
spoiling anything.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. So, listening to that with him is the funniest thing ever, because he's always like one step ahead of them telling you things. So they're like, oh man, the first Easter egg was blah 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 blah, and he knows exactly what that is. He's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where they're going with this, and that's where the first Easter egg was, and blah blah blah.
The book's
blah,
pretty
blah.
good for people who are super nerds like that. Oh, they're talking about
it's super
adventure.
fun listening to that with him. I think we're gonna finish it. We're driving up to Las Vegas for a family vacation at the end of July, which means that he's basically gonna be taking care of drunk me.
Grin, what was the really hard one in you had to get an invincibility code in, and I think you had to do a level really fast. Was it the facility level or something?
Oh, good Las Vegas, not New Mexico Las Vegas. I assume that's what you mean by that.
What's wrong with New Mexico Las Vegas?
I don't know, I've never been there, but I assume it's shit compared to
Las Vegas isn't that great.
I love Las Vegas!
I mean, apologies, I know Kevin lives there. It's a fun little monument to man's arrogance. It's like, this is what we could build in the desert with unlimited
I love
money.
the Bellagio fountains, and we're gonna see a Cirque du Soleil show, and we're gonna go eat at my favorite restaurant in town.
We were gonna see Penn and Teller, but they canceled.
Yeah, so now we're seeing Chris Angel, which is funny because Penn and Teller make fun of Chris Angel, right? In their first little bit. But it should be entertaining.
Oh boy. I'm excited to see
He thinks Chris Angel's a douchebag.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
I already told him that it was nice of my mom to buy his tickets, and he's gonna like it.
Basically, we said we wanted to see Penn and Teller, so her mom bought tickets.
Penn and Teller,
very kindly to everyone at Penn and Teller, and they canceled like, oh, I'll get another magician. Hey, everybody, we're going to see Chris Angel, and I'm like, great. Thanks. Oh boy. It's part of his charm.
There you go. It's part of his charm.
No worries, Grin. The drive-in movie theater and a Sonic. Well, we don't have a drive-in in Los Alamos, but we do have a Sonic.
We do have a Sonic.
So I was gonna get up to go to the restroom real quick from chugging those things, but I don't think I can trust you with the game.
That's alright, you just pause it and I'll talk about it.
Normally I would, but this game is hard enough that you could conceivably die in a random battle and you could lose progress up to this point. I'll be right back. Carry on.
So, who wants to know about gamma ray detectors? Anyone? Anyone? Alright, so there are these things called gamma rays. Gamma rays, at least the ones that we detect with Hawk, are I can do this 1 billion times more energetic. No, 1 trillion times. Billion was Fermi. Fermi's way down at low energies. Hawk is up at the TeV energies. So like 1 trillion times, I think I'm right. Yeah, 1 trillion times more energetic than light you can see. So solar or, visible photons are all like 1 electron volt in energy. You don't need to know what that means. It's just a thing. They're 1 energy, and the light that we see with Hawk is 1 trillion times more energy packed into 1 photon. It's insane. Thankfully, so it whacks into our atmosphere, makes this spray of radiation, and we can detect the radiation in those giant water tanks. And so thankfully our atmosphere does that. So if you wanted to detect TeV gamma rays, what you're actually detecting is that spray of radiation. And then which of our photodetectors get hit and how hard they get hit tells us how much energy the original gamma ray had. Yay! So then we just kind of sit there and we can make a map. We can figure out where the gamma ray came from, and we can figure out what energy it had, and we make a map, and so then we can tell like, oh man, there's a hot spot over there. There's a hot spot over there. Ooh, there's a hot spot no one's ever seen before that looks like it's associated with a pulsar. We are really good at seeing pulsar shit. Incoming trajectory.
1 sec. My capture card doesn't stretch to this chair.
I know. I'm talking.
Okay, take your time.
So,
Hawk
sees 20,000 events per second, if that helps. Okay, now he's gone. And that was a good segue. No, I'm pretty good. Yeah, Hawk sees 20,000 events per second. So, we're talking really fast timing.
Can you continue to talk about gamma rays in that chair so I can play the video game?
Yes. All right, we're switching back.
You can. You go ahead.
We're switching
I'll be quiet for a minute and just play Final Fantasy and do the dreaded tower.
I took your headphones too.
What? Why?
Because I was sitting in that chair. The headphones go to that chair.
Okay.
These are the headphones for this chair.
I brought you some M&Ms.
Hey! They melt in your mouth. Assuming you don't chew them right away. I chew them right away.
Take Mars, spell it backward, drop the S. Hawks do have pretty good eyes. If you're new to the stream, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe there's so many awesome games out there, it's impossible for any one person to beat all of them. But that means that we will never run out. If you'd like to see a list of the games you've played so far, you can go to games.marstead.com, and you can even vote for the next awesome game. This game was voted for, which is why we're playing it. But if you're just lurking, hanging out, that's cool. It's good to have you.
And we are currently doing a fundraiser.
Yes, so this is a very unusual stream. Normally,
It's the Merc stream.
30 minutes before stream started, Andrea came home from her conference in Santa Fe. Today is July the 4th in the U.S., she had to work, which was a bummer, but on her drive home, she decided, I want to drink for Market.
Well, no, I decided I wanted a drink, and hey, we have all these natty lights in the garage. We should probably just pound those back.
The reason that we have
because
natty
they're
lights
expired.
is that my channel is generally more focused on design criticism and games as arts and poopy,
something. Jargon? No, not jargon. Trope. Something, trope, something.
Okay, yeah. Namby-pamby shit like that. So not the typical, bajillion subscribers, welcome to the Marstead Nation kind of shit. And so for April Fool's Day, I did a Brostead stream where I pretended to be a bro and drank natty lights for donations. But I bought way too many natty lights, and there's now a hot garage full of disgusting, mostly water cans of beer that Andrea wants to get rid of.
Yep.
And she didn't give me a heads up. She didn't say.
I have a really hard time throwing out alcohol. And let me tell you.
Like you have a hard time throwing away a child or something.
Yeah, and let me tell you.
You said, yeah, just pass it that's pretty close to what it's like.
There's this one, for example, the worst night of my life. My roommate's 21st birthday. I was matching her so that she didn't feel alone. And we got to the end of the night, and a friend of ours, 15 minutes before final call, bought us all Long Island iced teas. So, in last call, he was calling in the drinks. So I downed mine very quickly, and then he's like, okay, 5 minutes, and I'm calling in the drinks. And my roommate and my other friend had only finished half of theirs. And I was like, well, may as well not let that go to waste. So I finished theirs, and then I don't remember anything. And then I woke up feeling like death. And now I don't drink Long Island iced teas.
I don't drink at all.
Except for now. This one's yours.
Except for today, yeah, I'll get it.
I know, you got 25 minutes. He's pacing himself because he, has respect for himself.
Absolutely not me IRL.
Right on, Akifall. Good. I don't feel so crazy.
Is Osmos trash in this game? I just cast it and I got 0. And it's the third time I've tried casting Osmos. I'm like, man, Tellah's out of MP. Mm-hmm. You know what would be cool? Draining the enemy's MP. I bet that's a good idea.
Oh, it's called Osmos, not Drain?
Drains HP.
Oh, my bad.
I still love you, even though you're wrong. Wow, the Sleep Blade gets replaced by the Flame Blade? They actually intend for you to be able to handle the Eblin Castle? Like, what's the difference in... I feel like having fire elemental weaponry might get me in trouble in here.
For those who don't know what Jahan is referring, these are supposedly the words that Oppenheimer said right after the test of the first nuclear bomb. It was a quote from the Rig Veda, and I think it was like, I am become Death the Destroyer. Which is pretty, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Oppenheimer's kind of a father.
Well, in the first nuclear bomb, they were like, fuck!
Andrea works
what did we do?
The Los Alamos National Lab, which is the lab that built the first nuke.
First nuclear bomb.
Did you finish telling your story about gamma rays and Hawk?
More or less.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so, we see, Eevee. So, okay, for example, Eevee was something that no one had seen before. And then there are these other experiments, and they can do really deep observations quickly, so they kind of kick our ass as far as, exposure goes. But their field of view is tiny. A small fraction of our field of view. So we observe the sky every day. And so we are just kind of this wide field of view survey instrument.
You're a beautiful treasure.
Thank you. And, yes, not to be confused with electron volts. So we saw this source, and then they went and pointed their telescopes at it, and they're like, oh, we see it too, and we can make really deep observations of it that Hawk can't. But Hawk discovered it. So there's that. Hawk doesn't have the best spatial resolution, so we're really seeing a blurry image of the sky, but we can see really big things really well.
So when you say Hawk doesn't have very good spatial resolution, what you're talking about is the fact that you are telescope is actually a bunch of tanks of water.
It is, yeah. So, like, we would
Alright.
see the moon as a fuzzy blob. We couldn't see any craters on the moon. It would just be like, oh, look, there's a fuzzy blob over there. Hey.
Oh, nice, Grin. That's awesome. Oh, shit. Alright, so. Please don't petrify my whole party. It's pretty close to that happening here.
Yeah, exactly, Lewitt. That's the idea. We're hoping to be able to build one in the southern hemisphere, but there's this other experiment being built in the southern hemisphere. It's like, we have a wide field of view, which is bullshit. They don't have a wide field of view. We have a wide field of view. And so we're trying to convince people to build something like Hawk down in the southern hemisphere. Because then we would get the Galactic Center, we could get the Vale Pulsar, we could get a whole bunch of these new dwarf galaxies that the Dark Energy Survey's discovered. It would just be like a science explosion.
I feel like I should probably leave the dungeon and go get more Pheonix downs. I feel like one Pheonix down is not sufficient for
No,
a
it isn't.
challenging level.
I agree with that statement. Since you asked.
Thanks, Andrea. Appreciate your support.
Oh, a very large array. Isn't that radio? Yeah, okay, so Hawk was super cheap. It cost of order $10 million. Split that between Mexico, the NSF, and the Department of Energy. You know, and at that point, we're talking just a few $1 million, which I know sounds like a lot. I feel very jaded, but like for an experiment, that's not that bad. That's
Yes.
pretty cheap.
Aki, I have Twin Cast, Cry, Bluff, Bard Song, Item Lore, and Tsunami. So later in this dungeon, I'm going to have to give some of those things to Tellah, is that correct? In order to get an upgrade? We're going to suspend the usual spoiler backseating policy when it comes to augments, because there is no way for a rational adult to know how they work without reading the walkthrough.
Yeah, if anyone knows rich people who would be interested in investing $10 million in a science experiment just for philanthropic reasons, wait, I said that wrong, right? No, I said it right.
Philanthropic.
Philanthropic. Sorry, I got.
Rock. T-H-R-O-P.
I was
is
thinking
rope,
entropy.
which means person.
Huh.
So like
Anyway.
anthropology.
You know, we could build the Southern Hemisphere Hawk probably for a similar amount of money.
Anthrope, actually, not just.
Philanthropic.
What are my most
let me
garbage
know.
augments right now? Twin Cast and Item Lore? I can't give 2 Twin Casts to him, right? Presumably.
We would name it whatever they want it named. Seriously. Because I don't know if the Department of Energy is going to be on board, to be honest. Oh, no problem, Lewitt.
10 million is nothing.
Yeah.
How dare you not know these details about Astro? How dare you?
No, but radio and infrared are actually very nicely coupled to gamma rays because these high energy electrons that get accelerated at these sources make synchrotron radiation, and they also make inverse Compton radiation. So the synchrotron radiation happens down at the radio, and the inverse Compton radiation happens at gamma rays. So we're kind of probing the same population of electrons just in different ways. So there you go, synergy.
How many hours would be expected to have Gil Farmer by this point in the game, do you think?
$12.
Just making
Is
sure.
that reasonable? Yep.
It's a lot of hours.
Dude, fun story. When we were dating, I was like, we were playing something on my PlayStation, and he saw my memory card, and he saw that I had played Kingdom Hearts for like 80 hours. And he was like, holy shit, you played this game for 80 hours? I'm like, no, I used to leave it open and paused overnight.
It wasn't 80
Because
hours.
I'm lazy.
It was capped out.
Oh, whatever.
You filled the...
Like, no, I just...
But the
Leave
notion
this
of
on
you
overnight.
leaving the system on I used to do that back in the NES era for games that didn't have that's what saving is.
I know. There wasn't because like in Kingdom Hearts you can't just save at any time. You have to go to a save point.
Save pretty regularly.
I don't
regularly enough to not have to leave your. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, you're good, Crit. No worries.
Yeah, I don't know. He's talking about like Gil. I can't remember. It was something.
Earlier you were talking about
gamma rays? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I get jargony.
Okay, you're also under the influence of alcohol, which limits your ability to know that other people don't speak your language sometimes. This one's mine.
That one is yours.
Do you want to do an update on dollars?
Yeah, so, we have $109 donated, so that's $11.80. Oh no, but we also have 40. I'm just gonna add the 40. Alright, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. Okay, so that's 7 beers.
Andrea is an astrophysicist.
Did I do that wrong?
She has a PhD. She's been doing pretty hardcore physics for a while.
20, 40, 60,
you don't need to feel bad about not understanding if she's talking about
120, 140. So that's 7 beers.
You've done nothing wrong.
So I think... Oh, that's 7. Okay.
Generally
so this one's Marstead's, which means we have 3 beers left. And if you donate $20, we will drink that one beer. And if you donate...
$10.80.
Yeah, so right. We're $10.80 away from the next beer.
This one was already unlocked. I'm trying to pace myself because I'm already pretty flavor blasted. This Andrea's people first idea. Oh my god, it's so gross.
That's why you should drink it fast.
I feel like... Ugh. The ones that were like garage hot warm...
Were better.
It's like it either needs to be so disgusting that it just goes straight down. It's like it's kind of cold now because Andrea put it in the fridge. Oh, all right.
I was just trying to help.
No, I appreciate your effort. You think it would be better? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't want to die. Seriously though, thank you everyone. As much of a random right before stream idea as this was, it has appeared to have been effective in getting us to the donation threshold. Let's do it. Oh god, why do people drink that willingly? In normal circumstances. Right. I'm just gonna look unhappy for a while. Recall spells consume MP, right? You can't use it if you're depleted. This turtle absorbs fire damage. So I have to be very
is that
careful.
the bad guy? The bad guy turns into a turtle.
What?
You said the bad king turns into a turtle.
The Bad King was a turtle all along. This is... There could be other turtles. There's not one turtle in the entire game universe. You were right. I commend you for remembering that factoid. I'll play, there's this Japanese theme. You'll probably get to see one of the 4 elemental fiends in this playthrough. Pretty classic Final Fantasy boss. You've probably heard their song on, because you have a Black Mages station on your Pandora, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So have you heard Battle with the 4 Elemental Lords? I think it's called. You'll recognize it in the place. Anyway, some Japanese folks have written lyrics to that song, and they're very funny. that turtle had way more HP than I thought it did, and I was like, I could switch their weapons so they're not fire elementals so they can actually damage it. But I'm like, but it'll die in the next turn, and I thought that for 5 consecutive turns, and finally it died. I hate using these ethers, but I kind of have no choice.
You have like 20 of them.
If you cast a spell that uses more MP than you currently have. Let's see. I'm not going to have 20 of them for much longer if I keep using them now. No, I mean... It's an exit. The Tower of Zod in this game is very different visually. It wasn't like this like tan desert color in the Super Nintendo version, right? It actually kind of looked very similar to the Tower of Babel, if I recall correctly. God, so many doors. Please, God, let one of these be a save point. I need a save point really badly, and I need to be able to use a tent.
Get that MP back.
Oh, yeah. Towers are made out of aluminum. I don't have easy access to the cat cam on this thing.
Yeah, both cats have started their begging for food, even though it is 3:30.
Camera. There's Marty.
Oh, someone hi Marty.
Jinx, but hold on.
Hi Marty.
That actually is Marty, though.
It is.
So hungry. It's like he's never eaten before in his whole
Ben.
life.
Come on.
It's not Marty, that's Ben.
Come on.
No, Cammy, that's Ben.
Come on. You.
Close enough. That actually is Marty, though. Let's see if I can
That was our
fix the
niece,
cat cam vision.
Cameron.
What, the cat?
No, saying hi Marty.
No. Just...
She knows the word cat, but she also calls all cats Marty.
Hi, Marty. I was trying to get her to say it really intense. Sometimes she goes, hi, Marty. Really intense. I know, Marty. You're so hungry. You've never eaten before. You can't even begin to imagine the legend of what food might be like. Sid's I'm about to attack animation kind of looks like he's kneeled over and weak. I keep worried that he's low on health, but he's actually fine. I don't know if I remember what happens after the Tower of Zot. I feel like I have a pretty good mental map of this game up through this dungeon.
You battle Zool.
So this wouldn't have been a bedtime story, because I didn't know this game as well as I could have sex.
Have you found a save point?
I'm looking for one, hoping there's one nearby. Thank you, Propaganda!
I was just thinking that I want another beer.
Oh man, that was like $20. You want one actively?
Yes.
Slow stacked a few times in the Super Nintendo version. Makes sense.
Alright, so that's one beer for both of us.
Ooh, golly.
Which I know you're excited about.
Ooh, golly. I'll take it at 3 o'clock Pacific. Living on Future Island. I'm sorry, Prop. I gotta fix it. It's on my list. I gotta finish this, project. The retrospective GIF, the thing that plays on this screen here. I'm trying to update that for the last year of streaming, adjusted for the hiatus.
Donation!
And it's a pretty big project, but I should be able to
Alright, so
fix
we
those.
have one beer left, and that would be, $10.80.
Yep.
Okay, $10.80, and we got the last beer,
And then we're done.
and then we're done. Unless I feel like drinking more, but then it'll be free.
You going to work tomorrow?
I am going to work tomorrow, but you know what I don't have to do? Wake up early. I've had to get up and be at work at 8 a.m. for the last, 3 weeks.
Andrea, you should be careful. A lot of people have to go to work at 8 a.m. or earlier every day.
Okay, well, that's not common for me, and I'm spoiled.
Okay.
And a princess.
Okay, I'm just making sure you know. I had to be at work.
They have been sitting. No, they've been sitting in our garage for 3 months, getting hot and expired.
They're hot, expired garage beers. Prop. Goodness gracious. Oh, they're disgusting.
Yep.
The last one was really bad.
But, as I've shown before, you can see the Natty Light has an A for America.
Is that what the A means?
And an eagle for America.
Sure that's what it means?
Well, it says brewed in America since 1977. So yeah, I assume that's what the A means.
A bad pop-up ad. Hot expired garage beers. Oh shit, I hit the fire elements a little.
America!
I can poison them too. Man, Yong's pretty buff in this game. Dang. Dag, yo.
Is he a physical fighter?
He is, yes. He's a monk. Expired in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh.
I have the one that Propagable just unlocked, but I'm waiting until 3 o'clock.
2:45.
3 o'clock.
2:45.
To pace myself. I'm already pretty flavor blasted on the few we've already had.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for your donations.
You have to listen to this. Kawaii.
Don't ever do that again, Marstead.
Why does it bring you so much joy? No, it's alright. I'll wait. It's okay. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm not chugging, although I... Did you say I was gonna chug these?
Andrea's random 30 minutes before stream quickly adjust Dylan idea has resulted in a significant
Unlocking
progress
the cooking stream.
in the
You
donation
can see
goal.
Marstead cook
The next
sin cake. You know, I might be convinced to cook scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I make the best scrambled eggs.
You would make scrambled eggs to demonstrate the correct way to make scrambled
Yes.
eggs. Sure, that would be your point.
It's
Not
slow.
that most people don't know how to
Slow and low, man.
Wins
No,
the
I got
race.
the hiccups.
Believe in you. Am I creating cringe? I'm sorry. Okay, Tower Zot. So the story so far is that we're in a tower. It's called Zot.
Anything I do that's not the correct way to do things. That's a good question. Oh, you like them dry? Oh, you would hate my eggs then. You would hate them. My sister hates them too, because she's like, they're not cooked. Like, they're totally cooked. I've been eating them my whole life.
Why
I
would you
haven't
not
got
do
sick.
something the correct way? I think you guys will like Sin Cake. It's, you ever had the problem where you've had a tasty chocolate cake, but it's too rich? Sin Cake solves that problem through clever shenanigans. None of these were a save point immediately. Oh my god. There's 4 branching paths.
I'm trying to think of something I don't do the correct way. Is there something I don't do the correct way?
You know your
Oh, okay, I know. Spend money. According to him. So, like, if we suddenly had $6,000, I would want to spend it on a trip to Japan. He would want to spend it paying down the principal of our house.
Yep, Andrea's wrong about that.
I'm wrong? Oh, the fact that I want to spend it on Japan. So, anyway, perhaps you agree with him and think that I would spend
I don't
money
very frequently come into $6,000.
incorrectly.
Oh, -3. Okay. So let me set the stage. Let me explain the stakes right now. There are 4 branching paths.
Mm-hmm.
We've been in the Tower of Zot for like an hour.
Yep.
If I die, we lose an hour of progress.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I have not found a save point.
Yep. Which ones have you checked?
I checked all of them to see if there was an immediate save point, and none of them have one immediately.
Okay. Well, wait, go back to the map. Like,
Can you cast Warp here?
you're not at the map. Like, can you look here?
Thanks, Andrea, with the hot tip.
Hey, look at that! I bet that's where one is.
God damn it! God damn it!
Oh, it's funny because I was right.
Oh!
Exactly, Prophet Gale.
First
We
try.
probably do need an Andrea's right sound effect. You guys tell that she's doing better? We took off 6 months of streaming because Andrea was pretty
I
sick.
thought it was
and,
4 months.
I stopped in mid-July and didn't come back till January.
Really?
so
Okay, well, I took
August,
off work
September,
in
October,
September.
November, December. I guess 5. We started in January.
So
Andrea
validated.
is so validated. You didn't deserve. Do you recognize that you didn't deserve that? That was just
I
chance?
totally deserved
You
that.
had no way of knowing.
I'll take credit
Wait,
for
did I
it.
save there? Hold on. I know I used a 10. We established she's not good with numbers.
It's true, I'm not. I can do factors of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, 20 divided by 10 is 2.
Fuck you.
200 divided by 10 is 20.
I love you, Andrea. You're perfect. I saved.
1.3 divided by 10 is 0.313.
Well, as a result of hitting the
Cooking.
stream, we have also unlocked the second to last set of raffle ticket prizes.
Hey!
The last one will unlock when we finish the fundraiser goal. This is also going to unlock the 24-hour stream.
Hey!
One of the raffle prizes is the ability to determine, you get to choose whether you want to determine the franchise focus of the 24-hour stream or the franchise focus in general on stream, or something else that I don't remember because I'm pretty drunk right now. Someone can look it up at fundraiser.marstead.com and tell me what the third thing is. But it is possible to have a 24-hour Sonic 06 stream.
Yep.
Or a 24-hour
Even though he hates Sonic.
Persona franchise focus
He
stream.
hates Sonic. And he hates Persona. Which one do you hate more?
I don't hate Sonic. I like Sonic.
Cat doesn't like Sonic?
Cat doesn't like Sonic.
Oh.
So-
But I thought you were agreeing with him. You spent that whole stream ripping on Sonic.
No, I think Sonic has some fundamental design concerns that should be considered.
Uh-huh.
I think that it's an idea that maybe fundamentally just doesn't work, but it does pretty well with what it has,
Uh-huh.
you know, and you should judge it on on that scale. You shouldn't judge it as, is it the greatest
See,
game?
now, Persona would be a good choice because then you get a lot more stream for your dollar.
No, I'm talking about the 24-hour stream. If you pick Persona for the 24-hour stream, then it'll be a 24-hour stream where we get a quarter of a way through one game.
Ooh, counter. What is my least favorite game franchise?
I miss having Prophet Gable in chat. He's really good at asking, like, good get chat talking good
Right.
questions.
I mean, I'm trying to remember. I had a demo disc for the PlayStation 1.
Sonic 06 for 24
And there
hours.
was a game.
I'm curious what... I know Chaos Factor is saving subblock hours to push a 24-hour stream. I'm
So
curious
most
what he's
games
looking
that I've
at.
played a lot, I actually like, which is probably correlated.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Do I remember correctly that the Gaia hammer is usable to cast Quake or something? Like it's super OP?
What was that game?
I do recall correctly.
What, have there been any games I don't like? Oh, I don't really like Dark Souls. And by that I mean I would never play Dark Souls. Ever. Ever, ever. It's too hard. I don't like hard games. I spend all day racking my brain with hard problems. I don't need a game to add to that. So
sometimes you get stressed out by the concept of playing a puzzle game that requires.
Oh, yeah, so I really wanted to like The Witness. I know it's on the stream thing now, but like after I got 15% of the way through, it just got really hard, and I was like, fuck this shit.
Yesterday, so Hapax has had a... I don't know if Hapax is around. He's been pretty bummed that there's been some games that he enjoys that I'm not as big of a fan of mechanically, and his approach has been, oh, well, the reason you don't like it is you're playing it wrong. And my argument was like, well, I mean, maybe that's true, but at the end of the day, like, there are certain games that I wouldn't say that the reason you don't like Dark Souls is because you're wrong and you're playing Dark Souls.
Oh, wait, so the other thing about The Witness is there was this one puzzle where there were 2 different ways to solve it, and I solved it both ways, and I deserved a cookie for that, and I didn't get a fucking cookie. I didn't get anything for solving it the second way. It was just like, oh, you already solved it. What are you doing?
Did you know that The Witness is now on the voting spreadsheet?
I did, yes. I saw.
Wait, how did you know that?
Because a pop-up on my phone was like, everyone, The Witness is now on this.
You read that shit?
Well, I read the like little blurbs that they give me in the summary. So if it's, 3 lines is what I get. So if it's within the 3 lines, then yeah, I read it.
This is potentially the most appropriate possible regular schedule stream to get drunk on.
Marka.
So I want you to know that
shh, be respectful.
Good butt. If you had done this during virtually any other game, it could have very much compromised everyone's enjoyment of the game. But this particular...
Except you're grinding.
This part of Final... I'm not even grinding. I'm exploring a long dungeon with no story. It doesn't get better than this.
It was meant to be.
This is as good as it gets. And you did this... 30 minutes before stream, you didn't know what I was playing today.
Nope.
I could have been playing Doki Doki Literature Club and ruined Doki Doki Literature Club by being flavor blasted.
Is that a good game?
You should probably play it. Well,
I've played Doki Doki Panic, basically.
They're basically the same thing.
Okay.
Alright, I need to run to the restroom because chugging natty lights is mostly water. You can keep talking. Please don't take my seat this time, though.
What? Really?
Well, give it up when I come back. At least.
I gave it up eventually when I was done talking. Okay, let me tell you all the story. I don't think I've ever told this on stream. The story of the 130 GeV line. So, this is in Fermi Large Area Telescope data. So Fermi's a satellite orbiting Earth, and it measures things in GeV, so it's only 1 billion times more energetic than visible photons. The other thing about Fermi is all of the data is public. So, some very smart guy who I respect immensely, named Christoph Vinegar, looked at the data and was like, oh, I see a little bump in the data. And now the interesting thing about bumps is nothing's supposed to make bumps at GeV energies. So seeing a bump is a, smoking gun for dark matter annihilations. How can we have a satellite orbit the Earth if the Earth is flat? It orbits around the equator. But anyway, so he thought he found this 130 GeV line, and I was working on looking for lines at the time, so I remember getting an email from a very senior member of the experiment being like, why didn't you see this? And I was like, fuck. Anyway, so one of the first things I did is I looked at the Earth limb. So these are gamma rays hitting the Earth limb, making other gamma rays.
What's the Earth limb?
Oh, the Earth limb. I told you, it's like gamma rays and cosmic rays hitting the atmosphere of the Earth and like making a flash of gamma rays. So no dark matter. We are not in a dark matter dominated part of the galaxy. Anyway, so I found the line in the limb, which tells you that maybe it's an instrumental effect because there shouldn't be any dark matter signal in the limb. And I remember I found it and I told my advisor, I'm like, hey Brian, I have something to show you. And he's like, okay. I'll be, free in an hour. And like 3 hours later, he finally shows up at my desk and I show him the line and he's like, it's at the Galactic Center where you would expect to see a dark matter signal? And I was like, no, it's the Earth Limb where you don't expect to see a dark matter signal. And he's like, oh, you just killed it. You just killed it. I also ended up discovering that the line in the Galactic Center was narrower than our energy resolution, which tells you it's not real. So, as Dylan will say, my words about the 130 line is it's too fucking narrow. So, yeah, anyway, one of my claim to fame as a scientist is killing the 130 line, but I like to think of it as discovering that the 130 line was not dark matter before everyone else, thus saving everyone valuable time and resources. And that is the saga of the 130 line. See?
There's something that's very frustrating about science, and it's that the fundamental, what makes science different from virtually every other path or philosophy or life goal is that it's all about trying to find ways to disprove your own ideas, but there is no prize for the person who did the best job at disproving stuff.
I mean, I guess I got a good job after I graduated. That was kind of a prize.
But most of the rewards for being a good scientist are actually for being the lucky person that happened to have the right guess that turned out to be right after much testing. There's no award for, shut down the most sensational
satellite
idea.
is flat too. But yeah, no, I got invited to a lot of conferences that I couldn't go to because we had no money, because the DOE hates gamma rays because they're stupid.
You could totally take over the gameplay. I could teach you how to play Final Fantasy.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to play.
You just want an open forum to rant.
Yes.
And drink disgusting garage worm expired natty lights
America.
in your area. Oh, Tellah's still dead.
Oh, but yeah, man, so the other part of that story is that a lot of senior people in my experiment didn't like what I was finding, and they were like, I don't believe you. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Thought about this? And I'd like to point out that with time, the 130 GB line has gone away, meaning it wasn't real.
You were actually right the whole time?
I was right the whole time. So those senior people who didn't sign my paper because they didn't believe me can go suck a dick. I'm not going to say who those people are. You can look at the paper compared to other Fermi papers and figure out who it is.
What if they want to suck a dick, Andrea? What if that brings them joy? You
they're
use
both married to women. So, I'm sorry.
Use a more inclusive insult, please.
I apologize. No, that was very, what is it, cis?
Just fix it.
Trans cis. They can go and eat an apple.
That's pretty tame, but okay. Maybe they don't like apples.
They can eat. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I don't mean to be.
No, don't stress about it.
I'm trying to think of a better for.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah, there you go, Yukiko. So there's a Futurama point where the monkey Gunther gets a girl's number that Brian didn't get, and he's like, how do you like those bananas? And he had no idea.
I had never seen the movie.
What that reference was, so I was like, you have to see this movie, because this movie reminds me of him. He's like this smart guy. I mean, you're not as smart as Will, but
I'm
you're
very
still
worried about that in general.
Well, you're a smart guy, and
What, they didn't go to college?
They didn't go to college, yeah.
It's high praise that
Whatever, it reminded
I'm
me.
just like Matt Damon.
Matt Damon!
Do you know he was in Thor Ragnarok?
Really? Was he one of the drunk people?
No, he was the actor playing Loki in Loki's play.
Really? Wasn't he also one of the drunk people in the Avengers and Infinity War?
He was a drunk person in Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2, my bad. Okay. Another Marvel.
Not really. That's not MCU.
Shit.
It is a Marvel character.
Alright. Marvel character.
Flame Shield. It is, in fact, Matt Damon in a cameo role. Pretty funny.
Apparently he loves the He loves Marvel.
What makes you say that?
Well, because he's in Ragnarok and he's in Deadpool.
You don't know that for sure. Maybe he hates both of those roles.
Why would he hate that they would give it to somebody else? It's like a throwaway role.
Yeah, that scene was pretty funny.
Oh,
Ragnarok's
yeah,
a good
I love that
movie.
scene. They're like, no, Loki, we love you.
It's easy to forget that Anthony Hopkins is pretending to be Tom Hiddleston, pretending to be Anthony Hopkins.
He does a really good job,
Yeah.
I think.
Right, oh shit. Oh, I love that movie. I really love Taika Waititi.
So, you know, these two drunk guys, I forget what they were talking about. They were talking about something.
Matt Damon.
Like they're, you know, at a bed of a truck and they're drinking beer. I need to see Deadpool 2 again. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it's these two rednecks on a truck. Oh god, I'm about to die.
But these are just randos.
I'm still gonna die. Whether they're randos or
Have you
not.
saved lately?
Recently-ish, yes. Oh man, just
Oh,
saves
no
a
problem,
lot
Prophet
now.
Gable.
Later, Prop. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for your kind donation to everyone's kind donation so
Cheers.
far. I did less damage than I was hoping. Please don't get petrified before the fight's over, Sid. He's gonna get petrified before I finish this fight. I've had the vision of the Minato. I may have won if I had gone ahead and tried to attack the thing, but I think he's gonna kill me with his next attack.
Uh-huh.
I should have just attacked. instead of
What's
trying to
Maiden's
use a
kiss
golden
do?
needle. It covers Frog.
Frog? What's frog?
Frog is a
Oh,
status
you
effect.
died. Hey, just like you said. Hey, it's 2:45.
I'm gonna wait till 3. Okay, if I wait till 3? No?
Peer pressure. I shouldn't peer pressure you.
Alright, fine.
Yay!
I shouldn't peer pressure you. Celebrates the peer pressure. There was totally a game over.
That's why you chug. You didn't
No,
chug.
Well, I was up to go to the bathroom. I got some gum to try to wash
Ah,
out.
yeah.
And I had gum in my mouth at the same time as drinking warm
Oh, that's
Natty Light.
unfortunate. So, in
Okay,
retrospect, the
here.
gum was a bad idea.
It was. It made sense at first. So, I remember this hallway well enough to be pretty sure that the Magus Sisters spawned to the left of the save point. There we go.
He can chug. He can chug very well, actually. It's very impressive.
Despite not drinking?
Are you done?
No, I got one more round. I feel like isn't the correct thing to say, Yukipo, because I like beer, I can't chug? God, that ice storm attack sucks. Grin. Did you see the post-credit scene?
Look how happy he is.
Poor Ben. Oh my god, that was disgusting.
And I'll repeat, we are $10.80 away from the last beer, which I will be drinking.
Oh really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, unless you want to split
I
it in
thought you did
halfsies.
one and I did one.
No, but then I said that I would do more. I would do 6 and you would do 4
Oh, okay.
since you're lightweight.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yum 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 yum.
Post-credit scene in Deadpool references both the original Wolverine film that featured Deadpool and the Green Lantern movie in a way that's very funny.
This is good. It's good to remind Ben that he is the cat. he is subdominant. He does this thing.
Remind him.
He does this thing where he jumps up, like above my head is a window ledge, and he jumps up right next to my head, so like the shockwave of him jumping
In the morning.
hits me, and I'm like, ugh. And then he jumps down right next to my head, so that he like jostles me. He wants to make sure I'm awake so that I can feed him, because he's an asshole.
You don't feed him though.
I don't know why he does. Maybe he thinks that if I wake up, you'll wake up.
Well, I think he connects. I think he's a smart enough cat to connect that if you're unhappy, I'm unhappy. Because you will make me unhappy.
Dylan, feed Ben.
him. It's pretty funny, Grin. Okay. So, we're hour and 45 minutes into stream, and we're still in the Tower of Zot.
Yep. But you're out of the Magnesis dungeon.
I am. I think the Tower of Zot might be worse.
Yeah.
I think the worst dungeon in this game might be the one with the wall that closes in on you. I think it's well, I'm not 100% sure. I guess it can't be unwinnable, but you might get yourself in a situation where you have to grind to be able to beat the wall boss to get out of the dungeon. It's like a timed fight where the wall moves closer to you every turn like a tonberry, and it will just kill you eventually.
Should you?
But
I
once
have
the
a
wall reaches
colleague
you,
who's like, whenever I bitch about someone being annoying, she's like, does he need to be shivved? Does he need to be shivved? We gotta get the shivs.
The 2 optional underworld dungeons. Were those in the Super Nintendo version? I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. I know one of them is optional. Yeah. Is Cave of Summons 100% optional? Right. I'm trying to remember how I, as a kid, realized I needed to use float. I was a pretty stupid child, and the game didn't really tell you very much. Maybe there's an NPC that gave you a heads up. That's right. That's right. Okay, 'cause the character that's connected to the Cave of Summons joins you regardless. There's a microphone delay because of the post-processing, so you'll never sing it in time with the song. You don't care?
Nope.
You don't care about quality, Andrea?
Nope.
You should care. I'm sorry, everyone, that she sang the victory theme and it probably came to your ears about a second and a half after it played in game. Alright, round 2. And give him the flame shield. Did you enjoy Final Fantasy VIII?
You know, I think I did. I finished it.
Yeah, you didn't finish FF7. You beat...
I can't get over 7's graphics. I need the remake.
10, 9, and 8.
Yeah.
And we started to do 7 and then you bailed.
Yeah.
Think you could play 6?
I started 6.
Do you like Super Nintendo graphics? You are so wrong. It's difficult to describe how wrong and offensive you are as a person. Super Nintendo graphics are the better answer.
What? Stop playing the air horn!
It's not that loud.
What's this one? I forget. Ah, yeah. That's what I have to say to you.
Looking forward to the FF7 remake when I turn 60. There's a 20 gigabyte graphical update mod for the PC version of 7. Is it any good? 7 has not aged well. I mean, I guess it's mostly a mod. Well, the maps look fine because the maps are pre-rendered background.
Right, but the character is a little hexagon guy.
He's a Popeye man. Andrea. He's got Popeye arms. Andrea.
I mean, my first introduction to Cloud was in Kingdom Hearts. And I just can't get over that. I was like, he doesn't fucking look like it at all.
He doesn't look as cool as his Kingdom Hearts interpretation. That's really your problem. Hexagon. Maybe we'll try the PC version with these mods. Since the remake that's coming out is not an actual remake. Like, it's a reboot. Like, they're making a totally brand new game. It's actually kind of a bummer. They're making it like Kingdom Hearts. Wait, that might not be a bummer for you. You like Kingdom Hearts?
I did like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming out in like 2038. There's no way it's coming out anytime soon. Let's reconsider an episode is basically Tetsuya Nomura's way of admitting that he can't make a game.
So at the risk of being obnoxious, I will remind everyone that we are $10.80 away from the last beer.
No, we should save it for the end of the stream. We're not going to be obnoxious. No one should donate any more money. Stop donating. We've done enough. This has been a really good project. We've unlocked
there's
a new
no time like
stream.
the present.
No, don't. Just let it. Everyone
Just
that's
let it
supported
happen
so
naturally.
far. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
No
I'm sorry.
stress. If we go with one beer, not drunk.
But yes, no, this has been wildly successful. I was trying to, do something nice to help his fundraiser, and it has been wildly successful.
Thank you, everyone, for your support. She gave me the heads up 30 minutes before stream started.
Yeah, I was like, hey, let's chug beers.
Okay.
Let's get rid of those natty lights.
I'm just really glad we're not playing
fermenting in our garage.
Dark Souls might work, actually, but not like Doki Doki Literature Club or something. Alright, let me heal. So, is that an actual word?
What?
Surplice?
Where?
Right there. Surplice?
Dude, not a word I've heard before.
Does it mean robes or something? Sounds like a misspelling of surprise.
Oh, I would believe that. So I remember once we were in a meeting and someone was writing Atlas on the board. So Atlas is one of the experiments at the Large Hadron Collider. And they wrote A-T-R-A-S.
Nice.
Because to them it was Atlas.
Pretty good. Surplice.
I thought it was really funny, but I didn't
I've never
laugh.
heard that before.
I tried not to laugh, because that would be rude.
Yeah, I know a lot of weird fashion terms because of video games, but I had never heard that one before. It's funny.
Oh, it's a robe.
It is actually a robe.
I love it, Emperor's New Groove when he has the devil and the, angel on his shoulder. He's like, look at that guy, he's wearing a dress.
Super cool of you. Thank you, Lee.
Alright,
Appreciate
fine,
that.
we're so close.
We still have 2 hours of stream to go. Don't blow the load too early.
I'm sorry.
Because then we're going to be out of beer, and what are we going to do?
I'll drink gin. For
Are you
free.
serious? No.
Alright, now we are $5
I
and
offered to increase
80
the
cents.
fundraiser reward tiers. Because people supporting the fundraiser are getting bonus sub-block hours, they're getting bonus SP, they're unlocking bonus streams more easily, and they're getting raffle tickets to potentially get access to like franchise control and stuff like that. And
Man,
heat sprites that
so
I'll
if
make
you
and
were
chip
thinking
people.
about donating, now is the time.
No, it's not. I'm bringing it up to say this is
sorry.
why. But after the beers run out, do we continue?
I'll continue. A little bit. Just, because I have to work tomorrow, so I can't get blackout drunk.
Absurd. You will get those extra bonuses. I've added a new column for it in the 30 minutes since Andrea gave me the heads up to the fundraiser tab for bonus for anyone who's donated today.
Oh, nice, Yukiko. Bottle of wine usually puts me in a pretty good place.
Yeah, you go to that wine bar in Los Alamos.
Yep. Yeah, he usually has one glass, and then I drink the rest of it.
It's called Uncorked.
Get it? Like quarks.
Los Alamos.
Quarks are these fundamental particles that make up protons and neutrons.
It's the Magus Sisters.
Oh, yeah? She's an elephant?
They serve Barbariccia, the Empress of the Winds. You're not body positive, Andrea. She's just husky.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She looks like an elephant. Without the, tusk. And by tusk, I mean nose, horn. What am I looking for here?
Trunk?
Trunk! Trunk is what I'm looking for.
Pretty flavor blasted. Thank you, Aki. I appreciate it. I'm gonna lose this first attempt at this battle.
Hey, look, Ben is here again. Ah, nice, Yukiko.
Truncated. Marty. Ben's looking at me like, are you gonna help me here, buddy?
Nope.
Maybe I can use the guy hammer safely in this fight, I'm not sure. His counterattacks are pretty brutal, though. Does magic do extra damage if you reflect it in this game? Or is that just a Final Fantasy IX thing? I'm so sorry, Ben. I love you. You're very furry. Hey, if you're new to the stream, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe there's so many awesome games out there, it's impossible for any one person to play all of them. But that means that we'll never run out. If you'd like to see a list of all the games we've played so far, you can go to games.marstead.com. And you can even vote for the next awesome game if you click on the voting status tab at the bottom of that spreadsheet. This game was actually added via the voting spreadsheet. But if you're just hanging out, lurking, that's totally cool. Welcome, it's good to have you.
And if you donate a mere $5.80, I will drink that last natty light that we have in our fridge.
Seriously don't. Appreciate everyone's choices so far.
Yeah, so far we have raised $194.20 towards Jaden's very first pack adventure.
And Cat.
And Kat's very first pack adventure.
You've not seen Jaden's chiptune stream or the fun...
They wouldn't really be able to afford it otherwise.
Yeah.
Helping to pay for plane tickets and Airbnb lodging.
It's actually weak against poison, that's interesting. I still haven't been able to land a bio on,
You got a bio on the fat one,
not on the fat
right?
one.
Oh, I thought she was green.
She has poison.
Oh.
Same thing.
Hey, they do the same thing they do in 10, where they reflect off the fat one.
So 10 was referencing this one. So do you appreciate 10 more now?
No.
Why would you say no? You can lie and say yes.
I mean, do you really want me to lie to you?
Yes, in this case, 100%.
I like that the little one looks like Hermes. With the little wing hat.
Oh, I can see that. Ha 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 ha. Hey, we killed Cindy.
Nice.
Man,
Fuck
I'm
you,
apparently much
Cindy.
better at this game when I was a kid.
Go into the ground where you
These guys
belong.
kicked my ass when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This was an entire rental cycle, just this boss fight. I would play it every day during the summer to try to finish it. I would lose every time.
I told him that I don't give a shit that they're in Final Fantasy X. Like, I don't appreciate that they're in Final Fantasy X and in this game.
Yeah, but 10 is doing a cool little reference to 4. It's very exciting.
Is
now
it?
you have that context. Don't you like having artistic context, Andrea? Oh man, I wrecked them.
Yeah, you did.
Dang.
No one in your party died.
Oh,
Take
dog.
that, Magus Sisters.
So I need to put item lore and twin cast on Tellah. You know, Tellah backwards is Hella T.
Hella tea.
Actually, that's not right. It's Halla T. You don't hate FF.
No. But the older ones I have a hard time getting into.
Because you're weak.
Although, to be fair, I started, was it 13? One with the dudes?
15.
15? I didn't really get very far in that.
I think that's Tetsuya Nomura's fault.
Yeah, who's that?
He's the guy that's taken over Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. He's Zipper Belt guy.
Okay. He's the artistic
He's not the original
director?
creator of Final Fantasy. You like Kingdom Hearts, though. Do you like the bullshit in Kingdom Hearts 2?
I mean, I don't remember anything about the plot in Kingdom Hearts 2. There's something called Nobodies. I still don't really entirely know what that means.
It's very
compared
obvious.
to the Heartless.
Catch up. Listen.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Yep.
When someone becomes a Heartless,
Yep.
they leave behind a Nobody also. That's it. That's all it is. It's very simple.
So if you have a Heartless and a Nobody come together, do they create a normal person?
They why would you think they can come together? Why would you think that? What's wrong with you?
Because
What's your problem?
it's an obvious thing to conclude.
You assume that any two fantasy creatures can bang? Like,
no,
so like
I
a
mean,
dragon
like, come
and a
together
griffin
like
come
high
together.
five.
No.
If they high five, they
Clearly
make
not.
a normal person. Got it.
Oh. Okay. So we beat the Magus Sisters. We
There's
have
this
to
blonde
equip.
chick, and she's the
Aki Falls
nobody.
looking out.
Of,
I'm having a
what's her
moment of clarity.
nuts.
I'm remembering to equip augments on Tellah. Okay, so
There you go.
reminder. Final Fantasy IV
Uh-huh.
does not have augments, the original game. The DS version of the game adds these things called augments.
Uh-huh.
Very hard to find,
Sure.
put in really stupid parts of the game. And if you give augments to a character,
And they die.
right
you get to
before
give
they're-
them to someone
they're
else.
about to leave your party permanently,
Yep.
it gives you an even better augment as a reward.
Huh?
The game doesn't tell you that.
Yep.
You don't seem sufficiently
Until
outraged.
it just happens.
You don't seem sufficiently outraged.
No.
I'm not going to keep telling you this story. You should be outraged. You should be furious.
Why?
Because that's like gaming cancer.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Alright, here we go. Kingdom Hearts 2, the Dark Crystal. Right. Are we taking bets on whether there's going to be a third non-heartless, non-nobody thing for Kingdom Hearts 3?
I have to use the little girl's room.
Godspeed.
Thank you.
It's Golbez. Where is Rosa, though? Hey, Dividend. How you doing? How is your Wednesday/Thursday treating you? Tellah's pretty pissed. I don't think they could really make Golbez more threatening than his sprite was in the Super Nintendo version of the game. Kind of just looks like an armored dude in this one. It's a really cool scene. Alright, air conditioning, Diffident. There already is another thing. They're just gonna keep adding things. So be it. I like that his cape is flowing in the window. The Tower of Zotwind. And the no hurts in the bodiless. Impossible! Finally cast Meteor on this one, I guess. It's cool. That scene has always really stuck with me. That's gonna kill him, right? How could you know Meteor? Was this the first game to establish Meteor as being a really important black magic spell? They follow up on it pretty heavily in 5. And I think the name of it changes in 6. The old man's interference severed my hold over you. That makes sense. Probably should have unequipped his gear, huh?
Why? Why now stay your hand?
You, but how?
That's Golbez's voice?
We will finish this another time.
How? I don't remember that line from the Super Nintendo version.
All right?
Yes, I'm fine, but Tellah...
He got his new robe. He has an echo device in his suit.
Thinking I could best him. You shouldn't talk. I brought this on myself, letting hate consume me so. Please, avenge Anna.
Tellah! No!
Dead party member music.
Come on! Open your eyes!
Oh, they keep denying me the first part of that song.
Tellah.
It's the best part.
Rest then with that daughter of yours.
Tellah, we will avenge your death.
Basically
and
means
Anna's.
somebody just died.
I swear it.
Or a super bummer just happened. It's like the Rachel's theme of this game.
Hey, that's super cool of you. Thank you.
Andrea. Just do that from the bathroom. Alright, so those 3 augments I just picked up are presumably connected to Tellah dying, Fast Talker, Last Stand, and Recall. What do Last Stand and Fast Talker do? Drops his change all over the floor. You wanted to grab the last one, and that was your
Yes.
excuse for doing it?
Correct. Get this over with.
Very sneaky. Yeah, I can do an Andrea hype since I don't have anything turned on.
It's actually kind of cold this time.
I have to pee one more time. I'm sorry. Natty Lights just do it to me. I drink maybe 1 soda per stream, and we've had 4 now.
Hey, Andrea's here. Here comes science.
I love that song. Let me think. What's interesting in science? Oh, totally not my field. But I was reading on Reddit about some archaeologists who discovered a site that had like 150 dead children that were all killed around the same time. They think it was a mass, like, death ritual. I think it was in Peru, and like their ribs were cracked open, so they think they like ripped their hearts out. I thought that was interesting, and terrible, but also interesting. Yeah, I know. Yikes, right? Like that's a lot of kids. So yeah, when I think it was like, oh gosh, somewhere around Columbus. All right, and Dylan's back. So yay!
You missed an important story. The old man, Tellah, the father of the daughter that ran off with the bard, used all of his magical ability to cast the spell Meteor, which is the most powerful black magic spell, and it was so strong that it killed him.
That's the one that killed Eris.
This is Rosa being suspended from the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
This is Cecil's
Not
girlfriend.
upside down. Why does she have knee pads?
Apparently she's wearing flesh-colored clothes, which is kind of absurd.
No, she has knee pads.
She has boots. Totally worth it. We're going to destroy the world to save Cecil's girlfriend. I love how Cecil's willing to turn over the Earth Crystal to save one person. Boy, my arm's tired. Turns out Cain is actually... Cain is...
I know this song.
How?
I have a Nobuo Matsu station on my Pandora, and apparently this came up.
Cain actually has a love triangle with Cecil.
Oh,
Turns
Cain
out
with
it
a
wasn't
K.
just Golbez controlling Cain. Cain also has the hots for Rosa, and that's why he kind of betrayed
Wait,
us.
Cain likes Cecil and Rosa?
No, Cain is
And
best
Cecil.
buds with Cecil,
Uh-huh.
but he's got the hots for Rosa.
Okay.
And he just admitted it at the most awkward possible time, and the most awkward possible moment.
Awesome.
So I don't know. So again, Final Fantasy IV was my second ever RPG. Do you remember how we fought the Magus Sisters?
Bio.
Do you remember that we fought the Magus Sisters?
Yes.
Okay. Immediately after fighting the Magus Sisters, I went back and saved because I've now played many RPGs in my life.
Yep, and you know.
But when I was a kid, I spent an entire rental cycle losing to them.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, I beat the boss. That must be the end. I'm going to keep going forward.
Without saving. How'd that work out?
There's
for you?
another boss fight coming up in a second, and I totally died to it.
But now you knew how to kill the Magus Sisters.
It's not that simple. To blood, sweat, and tears that I beat them. Not me equipped. I got Rosa and Cain in my party, which is very exciting. I think Cain can be in the back. That's not so bad. I'll probably put Sid instead. Sid can use his cool... Well, I guess having Cain in the back means he can jump. Sid has more HP.
Did Cain kill his brother?
Fast Talker makes spell charge time faster. Last Stand doubles your defense when health is critical. So, Last Stand's a pretty good dump. Does Tellah have that natively? Has he always had that since the Super Nintendo version? Fast Talker I'll probably save for Rosa. I need for the fast healing. Blood Lance, picked up earlier. Gold Hairpin that we picked up earlier. Everyone's at full resources. This next boss, Ikubo. Had we arrived but a moment later, this blade would have fallen already. I forgot about the guillotine. So not only was she spun from the ceiling on like a cross, but they were about to cut her in half. And we got here just in time. Alright, here's the Elemental Lords theme. You've probably heard it on your Black Mage station. But I'll play the... Can somebody link the Japanese lyrics version of this song with the English subtitles? Barbariccia, she's probably going to be naked because she was naked in the original.
Nope.
She's pretty naked still.
She is pretty naked. Like, does she have nipples?
Not in the... Well, the English version was pretty censored. I don't know about the Japanese version.
Because, you know, it's cool as long as you don't see nipples.
Yeah, nipples are weird for some reason. I guess she kind of just has a
Bikini?
bikini on in this version.
Boom!
I'm guessing the guy hammer does not.
Yeah, I do know this song.
So, Japanese fans, Final Fantasy IV is their favorite game. It's kind of like 6 in the West.
You mean
nice.
7? I feel like more people like 7 than 6. I know you like 6 better than 7.
They made a song. Well, nerds like 6. Randos like 7. 7's still very good. To be clear. You're a cat, you're a cat, you're a kid, you're a kitty cat. Japanese fans made a little song. with
Yeah,
lyrics.
Dylan, there are people who like 7 more than 6.
FF elitism, I know, right?
Dylan.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. You're a cat, you're a cat, you're a kitty cat, you're a kitty cat. Oh man, protecting Shell, she still died in one hit. Jeez. Well, I only have one Pheonix down, so this is my only chance. I'm tech scrubbing Dark Souls. Super nerds. Super nerds.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I've observed that, like, super final. I'm not saying that means that it's better. I mean that really. Oh God. Kane and Rosa are both dead. Oh, I'm suddenly worried because the only way I can get her out of her whirlwind form is to have Kane jump, and I'm out of Pheonix Downs. I might have to load my save and watch all this again.
Hey, Apex.
I played 7 wrong. Well, 7's a fantastic game.
Oh, but
Also,
Haypax
somewhere
likes
about the
8,
playing
right?
games wrong thing.
Isn't Haypax?
He does like 8, yeah.
Did you work today? I hope you didn't work today.
We're already dead.
I worked today,
Anyway
but
to
it
win,
wasn't
right?
my fault. I got scheduled for a conference talk at 9 a.m. this morning.
I'm gonna have to leave by Pheonix Downs and then walk all the way back to the save point. Nine's pretty great. Did you enjoy 9 without any of the nostalgia?
I like the music in 9.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. I may as well just soft reset here. Well, while I leave the dungeon and go find go buy Pheonix Downs and then walk all the way back to the save point to be able to fight this boss, I will play the Japanese song that has lyrics to this with the subtitles, and I'll post a link in chat. So I'll start looking for it now. 1 second. Hopefully Chrome doesn't crap up the stream here.
Yeah, the music at 8 was fantastic.
Umatsu's never done wrong.
You
8's not a bad
died.
game. I'm excited to play it again. Disc 1 is really solid, and then it gets really weird after Disc 1, but not like unplayably weird. Are you ready?
Oh, Triple Triad was the shit. Also, the music for that was the shit.
Make sure this is the one that has the English subtitles. Okay, cool. If you haven't seen this video and you played Final Fantasy IV before, you should enjoy it. I'm going to play it in the
I
background.
also get
here.
hot naked lady. And by naked, I mean she's wearing, like, what are those called? Pasties. She's wearing
Barbariccia.
pasties.
I mute game audio in the meantime? Make sure. Here, watch this. This is Japanese people singing about how goofy this game is.
Is that a man or a woman?
That's Cecil, his main character.
That's a man.
That was a turtle guy.
Tsunami.
To walk all the way out of the dungeon. Because I can't use the teleport spell because it never works when you need it to. He has this like leg that's sticking out from under his robe, and they call attention to it, and it's really funny. Oh, spoilers. Final Fantasy IV. Yay! That song. You should watch the video so you can see the lyrics. It's pretty funny. Okay,
Grinding for Phoenix Downs?
Grinding for Pheonix Downs?
Yeah.
No, I need to leave the dungeon to go buy Pheonix Downs. So I have to, because if Rosa dies, she can't cast Raise on Kain, and Kain needs to be alive to be able to use jump
and
so that we can damage Barbariccia. Yeah, so when I first got in here, I should have been like, oh, I only have one Pheonix Down. Because I mentioned that, remember?
No.
And like, I should just leave and go get more Pheonix Downs. But no.
Hubris.
No, hubris. I was like, maybe I can make it. Maybe it'll be okay.
Oh my god, I miss Cane's.
The restaurant?
Yes, Raising Cane's. Oh,
there would
sauce.
be no Raising Cane. I don't have. Hold on. It's pretty good.
See, Matt knows what's up.
They just put one in
El Paso.
La Cruces, New Mexico. It's only like a 4-hour drive.
I don't know if I'm gonna drive 4 hours for Cane's. I like Cane's.
There's a Cane's in Las Vegas.
Really? New Mexico?
No, in Las Vegas.
Oh, in Las Vegas, Nevada? Oh, we are so going there one night.
Oh, man. So
I know my parents aren't gonna go with us, but whatever.
I told this to Andrea a couple weeks ago, and she was kind of in a I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by anything mode, but Drunk Andrea is super on board.
Drunk Andrea knows what's up.
I know.
She's got her priorities straight.
My theory is that it's a what's the word? What do you call a restaurant's ability to deliver shit? supply chain. It's a supply chain problem, I think. Leewit, that Las Cruces is pretty close to the nearest canes in Texas, and they probably have to establish one there and get money from it to really justify building one in ABQ. I tell you though, if you want to make $1 bajillion, open a Raising Cane's on Los Alamos, New Mexico. We have exactly 2 restaurants. 2 fast food restaurants. We have a McDonald's and a Sonic. And that's it. And people in this town
you could
are
also
hungry.
make money with a Taco Bell.
Taco Bell would work. Taco Bell would probably be easier. You have a supply chain already established. Yeah. I like In-N-Out. I'd be down with In-N-Out here. Oh, did I get turned around? Oh my god. Okay, I have to look at the map after this fight. Yeah, I don't know why it's Sonic in all restaurants. I remember growing up with Sonic being a fairly rare restaurant. And then, for whatever reason, they just decided...
Oh, we had one waitress that skated food to us.
What? What did you say? You okay?
At Sonic... No, I got hiccups.
Okay.
At Sonic, we had one car hop, as they're called, skate to us.
Oh, but they almost never skate.
They almost never skate. God damn.
Stop hiccuping.
I can't help it.
I forbid you from hiccuping.
That doesn't help.
Let me heal Tellah here. Oh, it's not actually that hot up here. So we live like 7,500 feet up. So what's the temperature in Los Alamos right now? You were outside this morning.
I don't know, 85, 90?
Yeah, I guess it's 82. That's pretty hot.
82.
It's definitely not as bad as down the hill because we're so high up in the air. We've got a much more Mediterranean climate in Los Alamos. Casting sight. Never seen a Chipotle. Chipotle's not that great. I think that Qdoba is a flat upgrade over it. I actually don't know which one's the exit. The sight spell doesn't actually help me to find my way out of here. I have to get out of here though. 2F. Okay. I'm glad I got turned around, but I caught it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I've never had good experience with this Chipotle. Chipotle's one of those restaurants where I'd have friends that are like, oh man, let's go to Chipotle, and be like, alright.
No, 2 hours.
I guess I'll get something and I'll eat it.
That sounds awful.
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna mute until you stop. Oh shit, I'm gonna die on my way out of here. Stop!
I'm sorry!
I'm starting to come down. I'm doing alright now. I got you covered. I'm not as flavor blasted as I was at the start of the stream. Alright, well, I only have one Pheonix down with which to res Tellah. If he dies after that, it's GG. Think about something scary. It's a really interesting design decision, I think, to give raise spells exclusively to characters who are very weak and likely to die first. I feel like if Cecil had a raise spell, that'd be really nice. Are there any augments that confer some kind of resurrection ability in this game? I guess once you have Pheonix down, it doesn't really matter. Black chocolate. Oh, I forgot that I can't use the airship. Good call, Aki. Because if I get in the airship, it'll automatically take me to the Tower of Zod at this point. Cecil does get raised at level 40. Awesome. Basically just need Pheonix downs. That's all I'm here for. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Deserves a raise. Da-da-da. No, I need Pheonix downs for the boss fight. I got to the boss fight and only had one Pheonix down, and Rosa and Kane died, so I couldn't use jump to mitigate her invincibility ability, so I have to come back to the town. Airships are way cooler than blimps. Do you ever make anything like an airship in real life?
The Hindenburg?
Oh, 50 Pheonix downs. That should cover us basically indefinitely. Oh no, I forgot. I guess I can go do that now, Aki. And make sure Tellah has those augments, because I did that, I think, after I saved last time. You just having bodily function. Are you like trying to use willpower to overcome it?
Yep.
There's no reason to ever stay at an inn in this game unless if it costs less than 100 gil. You can just buy a tent cheaply next door. Alright, we'll go into Troia and pick up the chests.
Alright, I think I'm okay.
Exclamation point victory. The sneeze. What's the theory on hiccups? Is that your breathing gets screwed up?
Yeah, and your body's trying to restart your... That's why I was like trying to breathe deeply.
Like your breathing is supposed to be mostly automatic and it kind of loses track, basically. Imagine that's about as poorly understood as like the theory on deja vu. My favorite deja vu theory is that it's you're accidentally classifying a short-term memory as a long-term memory.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it feels so like for serious for reals. How are the M&Ms treating you?
Very good. I love M&Ms.
Why do people laugh?
Because something is funny.
Thanks, Andrea.
No problem.
Alright, so us having to leave and go back in will fortunately result in enough additional XP that future fights will be easier. So it wasn't a total waste. A reminder, we are going to be calling the vote at the end of stream today. If you go to vote.marstead.com, whatever game is winning on that list will be replacing Final Fantasy IV after we beat it. The Game of Thrones Telltale game is currently queued to be played as well. Probably after we beat Nier Automata. I think we're going to finish that one before we finish FF4. That'll be right at the end of stream in about an hour and 20 minutes. So if you were sitting on an SP bomb and wanting to push a game to win with your votes, now is the time to do so at vote.marstead.com. Depending on what game wins, if a game wins from a slot that was purchased by a viewer earlier, then that slot, will become available for voting. And whoever wins an auction for that slot will get to add their own game to the voting spreadsheet. You can then vote for it as much as you like. Oh, there's supposed to be a Game of Thrones Telltale Season 2 after Game of Thrones is over? Interesting. The fun thing with that Telltale stream is that we will be suspending the normal spoiler policy for shows that... TV shows and movies. When we play Game of Thrones Telltale, all spoilers for all of the Game of Thrones shows and books will be allowed, so we'll talk about the whole series. Thanks. Oh my god, that's a lot of chests. Good looking out, Aki. 2 remedies, 2 high potions, 2 ethers, 2 dry ethers. Dry ethers are typically called high ethers in the past, haven't they? Is dry ether the official, term they're trying to go for now? Great bow and the elemental arrows are probably good for Rosa once we get her. Okay, it's a bunch of Rosa-related loot. Though she's probably gonna have to spend that entire combat healing. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Alright, we're heading back to the Tower of Zot.
Yay!
We're gonna go fight the Naked Wind Lady.
Woo! Naked Wind Lady, hi!
We're gonna get Cain and Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna lose
see
Tellah.
that cutscene again.
Tellah's gonna die because he's gonna cast Meteor. You missed that because you went to the bathroom, right?
Yep.
So it'll be your first time seeing Tellah dying, and you'll be very sad because you're connected to his character.
I'm not.
Just play along, man.
That's a pink guy, right?
Yes, with the glasses. The old man that says Spoony Bard. They intentionally, give him access to Meteor, he can cast a spell, kind of. See? But it costs 99 MP and he only has 90 MP. So it'll be nice when we get an actual Black Mage later that's MP isn't artificially limited. It makes it really hard to use him effectively throughout a dungeon. Ethers smell good. Make a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas story. Alright, we got 50 Pheonix downs.
Oh, that's plenty.
More than one. Definitely more than one. Let's go try to fight Barbariccia again. Am I pronouncing her name correctly? So, in the original Super Nintendo version, none of them were named for Dante's Inferno characters, except for Rubicante. I still pronounce Rubicante Rubicant because I was a stupid child. Didn't know any better. I forget what the FF2 translations were, but it wasn't Scarmillionae, Canuzzo? Is that how you pronounce it? Barbariccia and Rubicante. How are you supposed to pronounce Barbariccia? Killed those jellies.
Yeah, I did.
They're dead.
Poison?
Bio, more specifically. The better one. Are you feeling pretty good?
Nope.
Okay. Scar Millionaire is still wrong. Oh, because I'm not Italian. Mylan. Okay, good enough. Valvolus, I remember. Was there a reason for Valus? I guess V's and B's are pretty... That's usually a source of translation error. L's and R's. So... Barbarous. Oh, Barbariccia. And the IS is probably just because of lack of space to fill out the full name in the original game. Barbariccia. Okay. Becomes Val-ish. And they can get rid of the last two vowels at the end. That's cool. Space constraints were a really interesting thing. There was a cool Legends of Localization post this morning. That book that I read on the way to Japan.
Yep.
Tomato. Talking about the Lost Woods and how there's a ton of games that have a Lost Woods in them, and it's just a term in Japanese. It doesn't really have an equivalent term in English. What's that?
Like dungeon.
Dungeon's a word in English.
I know, but like a dungeon is a thing. Many games have a dungeon.
Sure, but a forest, like a Lost Woods, is a specific thing. Yeah, so like there's the Lost Woods in Zelda, there's the Forest of Illusion in Super Mario World is also called the Lost Woods. And then he lists a bunch of other games that are similar. Also, the four elemental lords in this game are a Japanese term called the Four Heavenly Kings. Which you probably know the Four Heavenly Kings, right?
Oh, I think I went and had dinner at a place that had one of the swords of one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me look it up. It's in Nagoya.
But you also know them because of your Buddhism stuff, right? Like, we have a mask of one of them. Do you know where it is? It's in the house, right?
What, that blue one?
Yeah, the Northern Heavenly King we got from Nepal.
Oh. I always thought it was just a guardian deity.
He's one of the Four Heavenly Kings. Anyway, it's a very common term in Japan. They'll use it to describe anything and everything from, like, the Four Heavenly Kings of hot dogs. The Four Heavenly Kings of pop stars. So it gets translated very differently in the West depending on the game. Sometimes they'll just literally call it that. So it wasn't for elemental lords, although maybe it was for heavenly kings of the elements.
But yeah, anyway, I don't know if it was the Four Heavenly Kings, but there was some sword of some special person.
I don't know if it was a Four Heavenly King, but there was a sword.
We didn't get to see the sword.
Yeah.
We just were told the sword was nearby.
Oh, okay. That's fair. that Nagoya castle you went to?
No, not the castle. I'm gonna go get a gin and
Free
Fresca.
gin and Fresca?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you say?
I caught a Farfetch'd at the Nagoya castle.
Oh, that's where you caught it?
Yeah.
Nice.
You told me I should go out and do something by myself while you were working in Japan.
You should. You just wanted to sit in the hotel room and, like, use the internet. That was amazing.
Pretty much. It was really good hotel internet, you don't understand. It was good enough to stream on for free, but I have to pay $20 a night to get email-only internet in the US. It looks like a candelabra. Excalibur. Why is Cypher so cool that he gets to cut Odin in half? Of all the characters in all of Final Fantasy. Ugh. It's a cool sequence, don't get me wrong. I don't think she's going to work tomorrow.
Why am I going to work tomorrow? I got you.
She doesn't have to. She's owed a comp day because she worked on a holiday and she worked a bunch of extra time over the past few weeks. To the extent that any organization in the universe respects comp days. Shouldn't Kailang. Oh, she's totally taken off. Wait, Cypher? Yeah, man. What the hell? Of all the characters in all of Final Fantasy, I'd be down with... I think I'd be okay with Orin killing Odin. Who else? I feel like they don't really earn Cypher as being a badass. It's very much like a pro wrestling bump. Like, Odin takes a bump to try to make Cypher look strong. Riku Iwaka. I mean, Odin's skilled at cutting people in half, and no one ever said he was skilled at dodging balls. Alright, so 30 minutes ago we died to Barbariccia. We're gonna try to skip as much of the cutscenes here as we can. Fight her again. Oh no, Yukipo. It's just a simple feature. I wonder if that'll be in Kingdom Hearts 3. Do you get any finer AI control in the Kingdom Hearts spin-off games? Birth by Sleep and whatever? Oh, there is no cutscene skipping. Well, I have to pee. Could you do me a favor, please, and advance this cutscene? And pay attention to it because you missed it last time, so you can find out all about Golbez. And you can feel bad for Cain dying. Or not Cain dying. Tellah dying.
Alright, impressive. I assume I press A. Or B. How do I... Okay, got it. Where is Rosa? She's tied up. The crystal first. Rosa is safe? Never more so. Now hand over that crystal. Can't believe they're handing over the crystal without seeing Rosa first. That is just stupid. Right, as promised. Relinquish the Earth Crystal. That sounds like a bad idea. Release Rosa. Rosa? Who would that be? What? You double-crossed me? No way anyone could see that coming. It's been playing us for fools all along. Your words are as twisted as your soul, says Tellah. I have no business with you, old man. Oh, but I have some with you. The business of the father of a murdered... Wait, she's murdered? I thought Rosa was totally fine. Maybe he's talking about someone else. Oh, shit. This seems important. Let's see. Where's the pause button? Is there a pause button? Hey, I found it. Alright. Very good. Because I don't want to fight this guy. I don't know how to fight this guy. You have to fight Golbez.
It's automatic.
Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, I just hit pause because I didn't want to fuck it up.
Appreciate that.
No problem. But oh man, they were like, yeah, we'll free Rosa. Then they were like, who the fuck is that? Because no one saw that coming. Oh, I fucked it up? God damn it! I was trying to not do that!
Now Tellah's gonna die, and it's your fault.
I'm sorry.
100%. Where'd you get the NP to cast it?
I know, it's 99, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, he pulls
He just
9
hates
NP out of
Golbez
his
so
ass.
much.
You see Ben? He's so
He
hungry.
was close by.
Hey, it's a chill penguin! No? No?
King DDD.
King
Hi, Ben.
DDD.
What's up, Marty? That's Ben.
Hi.
Oh, Cammy, that's Ben.
Hi. You.
Meow, meow.
Close enough. Impossible. Such an anime thing to say.
Impossible!
Sometimes I'll actually say the English word impossible.
Ah, did you just hit him with meteor?
He did. And
I
then
didn't see a giant meteor.
He cast a bunch of little meteors.
Oh. They are. I find
Now, why isn't Golbez chibi?
Honey! Oh.
Alright, now I'm quick advancing the text because we already saw this.
Kane died too.
Hopefully you can beat Barbariccia. Now, Kane's just knocked out. Because Tellah casting Meteor
Why now stay your
broke
hand?
Golbez's spell over Kane.
That's a boy?
Yeah, it's
I-
Cecil.
He's the healer?
No, he's Paladin. He's the
Oh.
main character.
I thought that was a girl.
He's Bishonen.
Cecil, you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. But Tellah,
Yeah, impossible.
Tellah is Deadzo.
I like the little frozen snapshots
I could
here.
best him.
I can't
You
tell
shouldn't
it if he
talk.
died.
I brought this on myself, letting hate consume me so.
Yes,
Please,
Skip.
avenge.
How does that work? It worked.
Who's Anna?
His daughter.
Oh. Is Rosa also his daughter?
No, Rosa is Cecil's girlfriend.
Oh. But wasn't
Can I go
he...
back and save during this?
Didn't he just kill himself for Rosa?
Okay. No, he killed himself because Golbez got his daughter killed. He killed himself to try to get revenge. He was all
But in the
pissed
process,
off.
he was helping Rosa. But he didn't give a shit about
He didn't really care about Rosa, no. Not particularly.
Gotcha.
There's Ben. Here, I'll turn on the cat cam again here.
He's so hungry.
It's around the time he starts to get pissed.
I love you. He's flicking his tail. Just like, I fucking hate all of you. Ben. Yeah, see, he flicks his tail. Ben. Yeah, see, he flicks his tail. It's because he's pissed off.
Did he ever meet Rosa? Technically came with us to get Edward.
Do 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 do.
Hey, Rosa and Kane joined the party. Alright.
Yay! Don't fuck it up this time.
Well, now I have Pheonix down, so I should be okay. Fingers crossed. We are still in Zot, yes. I was almost done with it, but then I had to go leave to buy Pheonix Downs. so it took forever.
Yeah, he lost to Tornado Lady.
Sounds like old school FF. Yep. You're not the only one who can ride the wind.
Ah!
What was FF3's Phoenix Down issues? I've only played 3 once on the DS. Oh shit. Timing didn't work out there. We have to wait longer for jump to land. Yeah, I'm talking about the NES game. Hey, Kodiak, how's it going? Ow, Jesus. You can focus multiple rounds. Oh, nice. Good luck.
Ooh, date hype. You should ask her if she's read House of Leaves.
There's a limited number of Phoenix Downs in the original Final Fantasy III. No kidding. That sounds really rough. Oh wow. Double focused frozen. Very nice. Oh, Sid's dead. Nice. Godspeed. Oh, did I not sword after buying my 50 Phoenix Downs? Okay. OG Dragon Quest. Does Dragon Quest games after 8 still make it so the res magic has a 50% chance of failing? Okay, so we don't want to jump, it looks like, when she's not doing that. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bad time.
Oh right, you bought 50 Phoenix Downs.
I did.
Think you're gonna use them all in this fight?
Not in this fight, but I wanted to make sure I never had to worry about it ever again. Part of that problem we were talking about earlier, where like, in a lot of games, limited resources like that aren't interesting because it's really easy to have an arbitrarily high number of them.
Mm-hmm.
So like almost every Zelda game, you either have 99 arrows or you have 0, and there's no middle ground. And Breath of the Wild is very unusual as a game where you always want arrows no matter what. You never have unlimited arrows in Breath of the Wild. Dragon Quest IX. What didn't you like about it, Spiky? I've heard mixed comments on it from different people.
That's not the one I played. I played 8, right?
You played 8. That's right. Let's try to Asuna him. You know, I haven't been able to figure out what it is about Breath of the Wild. Something about the way arrows are balanced and the rate at which they provide arrows to you just works a lot better from every other Zelda game. But I can't put my finger on exactly how it works. I think it's because arrows have many variable usage. The in-game provision of them is fairly slow. It's not just giving you them constantly. There's a lot of puzzles that can be cheesed with arrows, a lot of enemies that can be cheesed with arrows. Shops have a limited quantity of them. That probably makes a pretty big difference. I don't think I've ever hit the arrow cap in Breath of the Wild, to be honest. Right, enemies aren't just dropping them all the time. Like, only enemies that use arrows as weapons drop arrows. So that's a big part of it. Before Breath of the Wild, I would have told you that Link Between Worlds approach to resource management, where instead of having a limited number of arrows, you simply have a cooldown on how often you can use arrows. I would have said that that was just objectively better. Limited arrows were just boring, period. But Breath of the Wild made it work. I could see that, Kodiak. That, Breath of the Wild is more of a survival game.
Good job.
There's no
First
resource
try.
management outside of boss fights. Hey, thanks for the host, No Dice TV. How's Dead by Daylight treating you? That's the multiplayer horror game, right? Played a little bit of that on stream when the Price family came out to visit last year.
Is it multiplayer?
Yeah.
I remember a horror game, but I thought it was single player.
One person plays a killer, and everyone else is a survivor trying to get away from them. And the killers are all inspired by
yeah.
classic horror tropes.
Ah, you dead bitch.
Job system was frustrating. You can carry over skill points from one job into others. You're super incentivized to stop. Switch everyone to every other job they have and level them to 10, 20. Oh, okay. Looks an additional perverse grinding incentive beyond what Dragon Quest typically has.
Transport soundly work.
Yeah, I know, right? I guess when Rosa uses it, it works.
That's her power.
Do you see Marty behind the
I do.
monitor there?
Bye,
So regal, so hungry. They're starving.
They got an hour to go.
Golbez has all of the crystals. No, he only has 4. What? There's more than 4 crystals?
What? No way. The dark crystals.
4 of this world are crystals of light. For every light, there is a shadow cast.
It's like super symmetry.
Even if the tales are true, how would we be able to find them? The deep, dark
Do you think
bowels
the
of
light will beat the darkness? No, I think the darkness will beat the light.
Jesus Christ.
It's the Kingdom Hearts sound effect.
Nice.
All the crystals are gathered. The way to the moon would be open. The way to the moon? Metal Gear? Oh no, the magma stone. At least that makes a little bit more sense. So in Final Fantasy IV, Kain gives you a key. It's like literally just a key. And he says, you gotta go somewhere and use this. What you're supposed to do is go to a random ass town and drop the key in a well. And that's how you get to Dwarf World.
How is that different than the rando key you get in Silent Hill 2 that you have to use in some rando place to get the dog ending?
Because that's a joke ending. This is what you need to do to progress the game.
I see.
Is that what you do with keys? I already floated her back to Baron by remote control.
Aw, Marty's
no, that
cleaning
sounds
himself.
awful, Swaggy.
Marty! Oh, or leave. Whatever.
Some people's Martys. Best be on our way. Do you agree with my decision to be controlling Sid as the front party member?
I mean, that's fine. It looks like, I
Would you
can do
make a different
this.
decision?
I can do this.
Who would you have be leading the party of these 5?
It's not Gendry. Gendry is wrong.
Gendry?
Gendry! He looks like Gendry. He's short, fat, and has a beard. Never toss a door.
Oh wait, that didn't work the way I expected it to.
Wait, why? Who else would be your front person?
Anyone else in the party? Kane the Dragoon, Rosa the White Mage, Cecil the Paladin, Yong the
Why
Monk.
is the white mage always a chick?
Yeah, I know.
Can we talk about that?
Now, in Earthbound, the White Mage is the main character.
Uh-huh.
Because Japan.
Wait, so then we also talk about how the main character is never a chick.
No, that's not true. Terra in Final Fantasy 6.
That's one example.
Well, I guess 6 doesn't have
One out of many.
Lightning in Final Fantasy 13.
2 out of many.
Alright, fair enough. They're working on it. It's definitely getting much better, especially in indie game space.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like kind of revolutionary now if you make an indie game and the protagonist is male.
How can
And
you forget
Yuna
Final
in 10
Fantasy X-2?
She drinks to forget. I remember how
What can I do for
Andrea
you?
spent resources. She spent SP to win an auction so she could add 10-2 to the voting spreadsheet. And then you added it to a subblock,
Uh-huh.
and you were saving all this SP to vote for it, and you finally saw it in subblock after
Yep.
hearing that sound effect.
What can I do for you?
I have that as an effect, actually.
What can I do for you?
And then you saw the game for an hour, and you're like, actually, I can't do this. I can't watch this.
Right, I forgot how horrible this
Well, you had never
was.
played. You had played Final Fantasy X,
Yep.
and I was like, 10-2's bad, and you're like, there's no way it's that bad. I'm like, no, really, it's bad. It's really actually bad.
No, the worst part about it is that you have to 100% it to get the Titus ending.
The mechanics of 10-2 are actually very, very good. It's one of the best games mechanically in the series.
Because
But
you can change jobs during a battle.
and the story is not even that bad. It's only bad because it's set in Spira and because it stars Yuna. If it was a spin-off, it would work, I think. Yeah, Bosch should be the main of 12. Vaughn is a camera character. I know, right, Matt? Oh, it was so good. Is there a Japanese game with a black main character? That's a really good question.
That is a good question. So, to give you an idea of the diversity at the lab, I just recently did this experiment where you upload something and we measure it with lasers. And there were people involved in measuring it, there were people involved in actually uploading it safely, and overseeing everything. And of all those people, there's about 30 of us. There were 4 women, 4 Hispanics, and 1 black guy.
Not very diverse.
Not very diverse.
We're working on it. 4 women's better than 0 50 years ago.
It's true. Well, one black guy is better than 0, but like that is, you talk about women being a minority in physics.
It's still a thing. It's not over yet.
Non-Caucasian is a really bad
Yeah.
characteristic as well. Anywho, just food for thought.
Japan was really into idol culture at the time 10-2 came out.
And by idol, they mean like the pop stars that are super sexy.
That's what idol means. Yeah.
They can't date anyone. Wasn't there like an idol that like there's this big controversy because she got caught on a date with another idol?
Oh god.
I feel like I heard not NPR, Radiolab podcast on this.
Wait, was I supposed to equip Sid with augments before going in here? I forget when we lose Sid.
Probably. She had to shave her head? Why'd she have to shave her head? To like get rid of her femininity? I can't understand that. Hey, it's lava! What'd you do? What did you do, Ray?
I dropped the key in the well. That's
Uh-huh.
where you put keys, although it's a magma stone in this, which makes a little bit more sense.
Oh, repentance. Kind of like Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Now it's making a hole because it made a... Okay, that makes marginally more sense than what happened in the Super Nintendo version of the game. I'm down with that. So, getting rid of Sid, probably Twincast and Bluff, you think? Or Twincast and Bard Song.
Now you give him the augments.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Good. Did you do it right now?
I need to figure out which ones to do.
Oh. Do the right ones.
Thank you.
No problem.
Definitely one of them is going to be Twincast. It's a good junk augment. Yeah, it's really weird. I guess I'll do Bluff. Yeah, it's, okay, so this...
Oh, I didn't know about the one about having children.
This trends into political quarantine, and we can be careful to change the subject if we need to, but there's a recent controversy about a streamer, an IRL streamer, pretending to not be married.
Oh, you were telling me about this. And she
I think
was
it's a very
getting
similar thing to the idol thing.
donations.
It's odd because it's like, are you watching this person thinking that they're gonna like date you because you gave them money?
Right.
Like, what is them being married? Why would that even affect how you perceive them? Why do you care?
Right, but it did have an effect to some
It
people.
very clearly had an effect, yeah. It's very, very odd. I assume it's a very similar effect to these idols aren't allowed to date because
Well, no,
you need to
so
be able
it's
to have
kind of
this
like, you know, I like
fantasy.
being married and having a wedding ring when I go to conferences because I feel like it's a, hey, just so you know, I am not an option for you.
Right, don't think of me
At
as a
all.
colleague, period.
Yeah, exactly. I can only be a colleague.
People that spend the most money on idols are the ones least attracted to them. Really?
That's an interesting statistic.
Is that a different... Is that like a Japanese culture thing versus Western stream connoisseurs? That's the Red Wings, and we're flying in the middle of them right now. They're fighting some dwarves with tanks.
What was the name of the Contra army in Last of Us?
The Fireflies.
Okay, I was thinking Red Wings and Fireflies was similar.
Causing chaos in Jen's stream. That's nice as well.
Wait, Jen, my colleague Jen?
Yeah, look
Hey!
at how that spreads.
Hey! Yeah, me and Jen used to work at Fermilab together back when I was even more awkward. You can believe
RTL
it?
Zelda, if you haven't followed her, I recommend it.
She's super sweet.
Oh, she's been playing Katamari. I wonder if it was blind.
Na, 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 na.
And then our airship broke.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And we're in the underworld. Dwarf world. And the world map to uncover. Oh yeah, what's similar about them, Kodiak? I haven't played Pokemon Quest. Absolutely nothing. It is funny. Now we have 4 physical attackers and 1 healer.
Oh, awesome. No mage?
Nope, no black mage.
Who was the black mage?
Tellah was the black mage.
Oh, and he'd be dead.
He's dead, so. Hi, Marty. You see how angry he is? When you see him push his face forward like that, he's shoving his face into the monitor and nearly it over.
He left.
Hi,
He
Ben.
left.
What's up, Marty? That's Ben. No,
Oh,
Cammy, that's Ben.
yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough. Aww. I had to babysit Cameron yesterday for the whole afternoon, and she was very well behaved for me. And I watched an hour-long video on the alphabet where it would go through every letter, like, oh, look at that! What's that? That the ant is going towards. Like, this is an ant. Ant starts with the letter A. Oh, the ant is going for a apple. Apple also starts with the letter A. Oh, who's eating the apple? Adam. Adam is eating the apple. Anyway, I did that for every single letter, and then every 2 letters it would do a different ABC song.
Wait, really? That seems confusing.
I know, right? They had one of them that was the standard ABC song, but then the rest of them were just something random. I don't know. Like, there was one that was like A, B, C, D, E, G. It had like a ha.
Oh shit, I already gave Bluff to Sid. I was asking earlier.
What the
Bummer.
fuck is wrong with you?
Is it particularly good on Rydia? Does it actually help her damage? I gave him Twin Cast and Bluff. Oh, now they say Lally-Ho instead of Rally-Ho.
What's the difference?
L and R. Japan.
Oh.
Was it Rally-Ho in Final Fantasy IX? There was a city of dwarves, remember? And they all said Rally-Ho.
Nope. Is that the one with the wedding?
Yeah, Vivi and Quina get married there.
Yeah.
That's
I remember
a
the
reference to
wedding.
the dwarves here. It's not amazing. She's the only one that gets any use out of it. So. It's not like double damage. My name's Luca. I lost my dolls. Have you seen them?
That's a bummer.
Rally-Ho! Marty's like meowing at the door. Like he knows where everyone that's capable of. Oh my god, Ben. Please don't knock the monitor over. It's just getting worse. Could you feed them, please?
I can, but
Thank you
only
very
because
much.
you asked nicely.
Thank you very much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome. No problem.
it. Marty is a kitty. You understand.
He's also soft and furry. Hi, kitty.
Oh, it takes a turn to charge. Does it only apply to the next attack or something?
Yes.
They are soft and furry. It's a very common Dylan and Andrea interaction. Who's a kitty? I won't say anything. Dylan, who's a kitty? Is Ben the one who is the kitty? Yes, he is. Can't let me in the important room. Is that the developer room? That XKCD comic, it remains true forever. The intelligence and entity of statements, proximity to cat. You're a kitty. Well, we have a cat. Oh, sure. The extra turn would cause most things to die. Why is Kane suddenly the leader? Is that a button I can press somewhere? I press by accident, maybe? Oh, shit! The Y button changes the leader? Stay alert. Have it be Sid for as long as possible. He is extra thick. Yeah, it's cool I went to all that trouble to add custom thought bubbles for every leader party member. Thick Aga. Oh, so you did survive the crash. King of the Dwarves and ruler of the underworld. Thanks for not shooting us out of the sky. Thank you, Andrea. Our cats are wet food only because when we adopted them, we agreed to do that. And it's been pretty easy to maintain. I think I posted a YouTube video a while ago of the experience of feeding the kitties. I'm trying to look it up and see if it's still up there. Post a link to it.
Yeah, they're both
Go
obviously
crazy.
like not underfed. And if we let them, they would both be very, very overweight.
Oh yeah? Why is that, Aki? Yeah, here it is. People who didn't catch it when we posted it almost 2 years ago, here's a video of what it's like to feed the cats.
They act like they've never eaten
Marty
in
in
their entire
particular.
life.
That was in California, I think. Yeah, it's California.
Aw, little guys.
Have you not seen this before?
No. Oh, of course, Ben jumps up and tries to get bites. Marty can't jump up because of his brain condition. Meow. And Ben jumps up again because he thinks he's gonna get some special treatment for being up near the food. Did you, like, tape this to your jacket or something?
No, I'm just holding it in one hand.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you opened that with your left hand only? That's impressive. There's Ben trying to get bites.
You're commenting, I think it's... And Marty's going
Oh,
away.
sorry, there's Marty being like, why are you letting Ben get bites? I want bites too.
This character is randomized. The Shadow Dragon just kills 3 random characters instead. Then you have to actually fight him since he isn't scripted to die. Oh, wow.
Marty.
Does that make it basically unwinnable?
He's like clawing at the drawer like his life depends on it.
Basically, you should watch the link that I posted.
You should, it's funny.
Andrea is enjoying it very much.
There he goes again!
Calcabrinos from Dante's Inferno? Oh, is it a doll creature? You see the creepy dolls?
I do, they are kind of creepy.
This is a pretty classic Final Fantasy boss. It gets a cool reference in Final Fantasy 14. I'll post that link in Discord too for anyone who didn't get a chance to see it. I'll try to deconfuse Rosa here. He does have a Suna, doesn't he? I don't know if she's taking it. Oh shit!
Oh, it turned into a big doll.
Sec. Okay, back to business.
Gotta kill that doll, though.
Of course, Kodiak. It's like they magically know. She's pretty evil looking.
And that was, if you'll remember, of course you remember, a topic in Sex and the City.
Oh yeah. I remember every episode of Sex and the City that Andrea had me
Where
watch.
she gets a date with Burger, who is the worst boyfriend ever. I hate him.
To
I
the-
can't even watch Office Space because the main character is the same
To
actor.
the point that I don't ever need to rewatch Sex and the City ever again
Of course
because
not. But she gets a
recall
date
each
with
episode.
Burger, and then she gets this other date with this guy, and she goes on the date with the other guy, and it's just awful. And then she's suddenly really nervous about her date with Burger.
Curly beard.
But she says, like, oh, all you need to get a date is to have another date.
What are the roles in Dante's Inferno? It's been a really long time. I actually did read that around high school.
Judas is in the nose of the skull in the centermost part of hell. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, but I'm asking about the names of the 4 elemental lords in Calcabrina.
You know, it's that 4th of July. It makes people feel really lonely.
Or the
I
context
know,
of the
they're
face.
all responding
Yeah,
at
right.
once.
Everyone knows that about the 4th of July.
Yeah, nothing like the 4th of July to make me feel like, you know what I should do? I should respond to my matches. Slash, I have a friend through work who responded to someone and they were already dating someone else. Like, why the fuck are you even on Tinder? Made me so angry, because he's a good guy. He deserves to find a good girl.
Is there like a friender? Like for that purpose? Is there a
There
service
should be.
that's meet hot, not singles in your area? Demons of the Infernal Dungeon and Comedy guard Page of 5 the 8th circle. Over and quarrelsome, their duty is to force the corrupt politicians and raiders to stay under the surface of a boiling like a pitch. That's applicable to all 5 of them? Barbariccia, Cognazzo, Calcabrina, and Scarmillion?
Who?
The elemental lords.
Oh.
I think it's worth using MP to cast Raise. I don't think it really recovers more hit points than Pheonix down. Oh, interesting. Is it just those 5, or are there other ones in that same role? Bumble has a setting for friends when he uses it. Sure. Oh, there are a dozen.
That was a good hit.
Was a good hit.
2100? 2174, I think?
I got to get 2 focuses off with Yang. I use focus, it makes the next attack do more damage, and I can cast it twice. She hits like a truck, so I have to be really careful. Please don't cast Confuse on Rosa.
We need her. So,
God, that hurts.
to res people.
Jump
This
kind
is
of
just a
sucks in this
rando
fight.
battle, right?
No, she hit herself. No, this is a boss fight.
Oh, it's a boss? Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
No problem. Really? I didn't know that. Is that specific to your part of Arkansas, Haki? It is Arkansas, right?
Oh, dates being chaperoned. Ugh. Sounds awful.
You wouldn't want your dad to have come on all of our dates?
My mom, maybe. She's cool. My dad is very judgy like me. I remember calling my mom after our first date and being like, oh my god, I just had a first date with this guy and it went really well. Did you kill him?
The dolls lost the strength to stay together. I don't know if that's enough for me to win. We'll see. Oh, and I think in the example Andrea was giving, it was someone who like had not just they were dating somebody else, but they were like in a committed relationship with someone, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
They were on Tinder even though they were in a committed relationship. I'm like, why? It
Just
just
trying
don't
to
make
make
no
friends.
sense. Sounds like a bitch who just wants attention. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. That's a song about that kind of girl.
I love you, drunk Andrea. You're very silly.
Yeah, man, when I was online dating, I was talking to multiple guys all at once, because I was like, I'm not gonna be that girl. I'm not gonna be that girl who only responds to messages I receive, but I was also like, I'm only gonna spend an hour on this at a time,
Wait.
and it took me an hour to get through all my messages.
I don't remember this about Calcabrina. Do I have to kill all of the 6 dolls simultaneously, or she'll merge back, or is there a time limit for me to kill the little dolls?
That's a
I feel like I remember when I got to her, I must have grinded so much to even be able to handle
Kane's dead. That's Kane.
Barbariccia and the Magus Sisters that I just beat them handily after she degenerated. I don't remember this. This is new to me.
Did Kane just die?
Yeah, Kane died. Good job.
Awesome.
You got it.
Nailed it.
Proud of you. I was like protecting Shell last almost indefinitely in here though, so.
Hi, sir. Welcome back. Well,
Okay.
oh no, you're saying hi to someone else.
Does
Sorry.
she refill on health whenever she merges back? Is that how that works? Uptime
Nice
is what
to
you're looking
meet
for.
you. Okay, let's start this thing. Oh, where? That's a Frozen reference.
Hi,
In case you didn't
Namaku.
get that.
How you doing?
He's like, hi, Sven's
that's a nice-
family.
Then playing with the Christmas toy?
Nice to meet you. I hear
Can you
that
see
you're
what he's
love
doing?
experts. It's probably just. Oh, he made one of the bears go off. Okay, so when I was a kid, we got all these bears where you squeeze their paw and they like play Christmas songs, and he made one of the bears go off.
I'm doing alright. I was planning to just do kind of a pretty standard game of Final Fantasy IV today, and it is the 4th of July in the US.
America!
So Andrea got home.
No problem. You can talk, I won't get mad at you.
It's harder to hear me. Okay. Andrea got home from going to a conference this morning, and 30 minutes before stream, she was like, I want to use up the natty lights in the garage from the Brostead stream that we didn't drink. So I'm going to drink on stream for donations for the Send Cat and Donna, or Cat and Jaden to PAX fundraiser. And I'm like, all right, I'll try to get that set up in like 20 minutes.
Well, I was like, I'm only gonna drink 6 of them max, because like I have to work tomorrow. And he's like, well, how many do we have? I'm like, 10. He's like, okay, I can match you. So we did 6 for me and 4 for him.
We tapped him out
He's a
though. We've
lightweight.
unlocked the cooking stream. It won't be this Sunday, but it'll probably be the following Sunday. I'll work with, or it might actually even be a weekday. That'll be easier to do than previously because Cat has a new job he's starting soon. And he'll have off next week, so we might be able to fit something in. I'll update in Discord. Oh, she just dies on the second phase. Okay. I thought I always had to keep killing the little dolls.
Dolls all at the same time.
Yeah. I guess you can end the fight sooner if you do that, though. If she'll
Kill the
reform
big
if you
one.
leave any of the same ones together. Yeah. Look at all these level ups. Very America.
Oh, didn't you already fight this Golbez? Or no, he showed up, he killed Tellah like an asshole, and then pieced out
Yeah.
to let you deal with, whatever her nuts.
You don't have Meteor this time. Allow me to tell you my purpose in gathering the crystals. Consider it a reward. This is why I'm being evil. There are 8 crystals in total.
Uh-huh.
Those of light
Right, we got all the light ones.
and those of darkness.
Yep, we just wanted
He has the light
those.
ones.
Wait, I thought we had the
No,
light
Golbez
ones.
has all of them.
Why did you give him the light ones?
To go rescue Rosa.
Fuck that bitch!
Together they form the key to reactivating the Tower of Babel, and thereby the gate to the moon. Moon is said to conceal power that transcends the limits of human
Yeah,
comprehension.
it doesn't. It's just a bunch of dust.
He's really telling me the whole plan here. The crystal is the 7th. Only a single one remains to be taken and the way will be open. Much of this, of course, is only possible because of you. Not due to let such aid go unrewarded. Take this, my final gift to you.
Is it one of the crystals?
No, he's gonna try to kill me.
Oh. That's stupid.
It's Golbez. Oh, thanks, Aki. What is it? I can go back to the Lodestone Cavern. I totally forgot about this fight, by the way. I don't remember if it's scripted to lose or not. Seriously, Yukipo? Wow. I totally forgot about that. I don't remember Kingdom Hearts 2 at all. I remember there's a guy named Xehanort.
Use Whirlwind. Are you using Whirlwind? Looks like you are.
I just paralyzed the whole party.
Oh. Why would you do that? Wait, why would you do that?
He paralyzed the whole party.
Oh,
He did
asshole.
it to me. Oh, I think I remember what happens here now. I like the green bubbles. when you summon.
Ooh, you
It's
already
nice and
fought that
fancy
dragon
green.
guy.
Slightly different dragon.
Whatever, it's still a dragon. You're a heavy
I
hitter.
like
instead.
fights that you're supposed to lose where it's very clear that you're supposed to lose them. Farewell,
Farewell,
Cecil.
Cecil.
That's Dragist.
And Cecil's dead.
What? Radiant Breath?
Who the fuck is that? Some rainbow dragon? Get him, Cecil, he's weak.
An Eidolon. It's an Aeon.
Yeah.
A shadow dragon slain by mere mist.
Yeah. Suck on that. Bitch.
It's alright, you can move now.
Hey! Thank you,
Voice.
Spirit Dragon.
Oh shit! Oh shit! This is
It's a
actually
chick
kind of
with
sweet.
a whip.
So Rydia is a little girl at the beginning of the game.
No.
She's this town. I think I told you this story where
No.
Cecil had to go to a town. He was supposed to deliver something for the evil king of Baron. He didn't know he was evil.
Uh-huh.
It turned out to be a bomb,
Uh-huh.
like the monster of the bomb, and it burned the town down and killed her parents.
Uh-huh.
And she's a little girl. She's a summoner. She's pretty weak. She got sucked up
Oh,
in the
like
ocean.
the chick in 9. She's a summoner. And
Yeah,
she's pretty
Eiko,
weak. And
yeah.
she's a chick.
She gets, we get attacked by Leviathan, and she gets sucked under the water.
Uh-huh.
Now she's clearly an adult, though. So
Uh-huh.
what happened? Why is she an adult?
I don't know.
Why'd she join in the middle of the battle and cast
She
all
got
these cool
trained by
spells?
some kraken or something.
Well, it's pretty cool, though. It's pretty hype.
Well, you don't
Appreciate
know
the
that
hype.
it's her.
Well, it says Rydia right there.
Wait, oh, Rydia.
I was pretty pumped about it when I played this as a kid.
And she comes with Pheonix Downs, apparently.
Well, we all share an inventory,
Oh, okay.
but she can use the shared inventory. Cracking the plot. But I'm bummed. This is pretty rough because you have to do 2 boss fights back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Wit to fight, Chocobo, Shiva, Titan. I don't have my bad pun button at the ready. Uh-oh, people are gonna die to that. Poor Kane cannot.
Kane, man.
It's hard to unhear.
Thankfully, you do not need jump to like have the boss come out of her
Right.
super
That was pretty rough
defensive
before.
ability. Oh, is that
Oh,
bio?
Rosa ran out of MP. Thanks.
Who's that?
It's Rydia.
Oh.
Oh
I didn't
god.
realize that was
Alright,
her
that
hit.
healed him.
Heal who?
Golbez.
What? Why would she heal Golbez?
The dragon did damage that healed Golbez, apparently. I don't
What
know
the
why.
fuck? Dragon?
Phoenix down.
Way to fuck it up!
Dracoon's taking the floor. Just like 14. And he's gonna die again.
Wait, I can't. The dragon healed him?
I think it's an elemental damage thing. I think he absorbs whatever damage the dragon does. Right?
Well, don't call the dragon anymore.
I understand that now.
Fuck the dragon. Oh, you called the dragon.
Yeah, I summoned the dragon.
Moron.
I didn't
How do you
know.
not remember that?
Don't fuck the dragon. And then Kane's gonna die again. Oh my god. This guy cannot cut a break.
Oh, and Rydia or whatever
Rydia.
died too. Wait, you can Pheonix down all of them?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
No, I was guessing Kira.
Oh.
Fuck the dragon would be a very different song. Alright, I've spent the battle up to this point just trying to catch up from the start of the fight. Still haven't quite gotten there. Just trying to get everyone topped off health-wise. At least when people die, I guess the bio wears off, so that's nice. Part of it was Rosa being low on MP. Took me a long time to catch up from. Oh, Grin. It's pretty good. I think I just see if Ifrit would work. Come on, big Ifrit. Big money Ifrit.
Summon.
Yeah.
What's Ifrit look like in this game?
I don't know. I know what he looks like in the Super Nintendo version.
They haven't called him yet?
Yeah, no, I just got her in my party.
Her!
Yeah, Rydia. Oh, it heals him too. She's just immune to summons? That's frustrating because when you first get her in the party, she's
Alright,
weak against
Golbez
it.
is a she?
No, Golbez healed from Rydia's summon.
Uh-huh.
Rydia is a she.
Yep.
She summoned Ifrit, who's a
Yep.
he.
Yep.
He healed Golbez with the
Got
fire
it.
damage.
Okay. Don't summon anymore.
What element is Golbez weak against here, or is he not weak against anything? Oh, actually, he did barrier shift, didn't he? Maybe it's the spell he cast that gives it away. Try Shiva. Okay. Yeah, he opened by doing barrier shift. I'm guessing he didn't have that power in the Super Nintendo version of the game. Uh-oh, he just cast fire.
Uh-oh.
Need more enemies weak to darkness, no kidding.
Diamond dust! Does she do that in this
I
one?
don't know. I haven't played the 3D one before.
Ah, shit.
Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, I can cast Shell on the whole party. Well, that helps. Can never keep track of that between games. Oh,
Fuck
the entire
you, we're
battle.
shelled.
Most
Except
Mist
for...
Dragon is a 3D feature. No kidding. I didn't know that. Try casting Titan here. That would explain why I don't remember it. Do you have any other spells to cast beyond that?
Jara.
Did he actually run out of MP there? Maybe he just used Osmos because he's scripted to at that stage in the fight.
Wow.
Yeah, it never works in this game though. I've cast it on several bosses and it doesn't function. Oh wow, he looks pretty different.
Apparently this is the one you should have cast from the beginning.
Nope, that healed him too.
Fuck! Fuck this asshole!
Libra hasn't been working on bosses, Mega Man. I can try casting it, but when I've cast it in the past, it's failed.
He just heals whenever you summon something?
He's immune to all elements except for one, I think, and I've just happened to not use the right one yet. I think I've used every possible wrong element.
So what's the right element?
Well,
Lightning?
I'm guessing it's lightning because I've tried everything else.
I should have told you that lightning is it.
I'll try it here. Was I playing a different game recently where scan didn't work on bosses, maybe? It wasn't Nier. It wasn't Kingdom Hearts. I remember casting it several times and it actively saying it missed on the screen.
Hey!
Now he changed barriers. I have to cast it again. Okay. Thanks for the tip. I honestly thought that it didn't work in this game, but it must have been some other JRPG we were playing recently. It wasn't Octopath. What game was it? Shadow Hearts, maybe? It was super recently. It was like in the past week or two, which is why I thought it was this game. Weak against fire. Looks like 8 years ago. I'll pull up YouTube and find it here. Sick. So now I'm gonna go crazy if I don't remember. Hey, Pernal Buckles. Actually, we have finished them, but I'll drink some gin if there's
Oh
more
yeah, the
dollars
natty
to be had.
lights are gone.
Finished consuming.
Oh, I'm floating on the lake. I'm so jealous. I bet you guys are having a good time. So they were hanging out at my parents' house by this lake in Connecticut. And yeah, the natty lights are gone, but if you donate $20, I'll make him drink some gin and Fresca.
That's gonna be healthy for me.
Totally is.
I like how they make you recast each time.
You're the only one awake. That's funny. Oh my god, I cannot wait till Las Vegas. We're gonna have a really great time. And Dylan's gonna take care of us. Dylan and you. / you and Dylan get to have a fun boys' night when we all go clubbing.
If you guys don't know,
You hate that.
if you guys don't know what the hell Andrea is talking about, Paranormal Echoes is Andrea's sister's boyfriend, Matt. And we are going to Las Vegas to hang out.
Yep.
The end of July.
And I was like, hey Dylan, we're gonna go clubbing, but you don't have to go with us. He's like, why didn't you start with that?
Read with you, don't have to go clubbing. Nice, Stargamer. I like the Ramu animation. All the animations in this are pretty cool. This cannot be. I think that's what he says immediately after she shows up and saves the day, right? Golbez is really good at being incredulous, it turns out.
Hey, you beat him. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate the tip about Libra. I feel like it was FF4. I'm pretty sure I tried to cast it twice, and it said it missed. I might be crazy, though. I might be making that up. Maybe it was a dream that I had. Remember, I bought bestiary items specifically for that purpose.
Good job, Rydia.
Rydia.
Whatever.
Leviathan swallowed her and carried her to the land of the Eidolons. The Fey March. Oh, that's a cool new localization. Can't use white magic anymore, but my summoning and black magic have grown stronger.
Oh, good. She's your new mage.
Time flows differently there. It's like Narnia. That child? Queen of the Eidolons told me this. The wheels of a fate greater than us returning now. Sweet. You called it, Grin. Yeah. She's from Narnia, basically.
What?
And she has a ridiculous costume now. Maybe finish off Golbez? Maybe finish him off? Double tap? Head stomp? I like how they turn right around. The crystal!
No, he has
Way to
the
go,
crystal.
guy. What was their plan? Were they just gonna leave his dead body in there and be like, hey dwarves, go clean him up? There was little any of us could have done to stop that, it seems.
Is there?
I think he's being passive aggressive. Yeah, you could have not left the room. Oh no, not the sealed cave. Alright, I think that the Lodestone Cave begins a sequence of everything that I hate about I love this game, it's fantastic, but I hate every dungeon from the Lodestone Cave forward, nonstop.
You just fail.
Maybe the final dungeon is
constantly.
cool. The sealed cave, ugh. I think that's the one that has the wall that closes in on you. Sounds good, very well. Draw attacks augment. I'm gonna pop outside to save here.
Good call.
Oh, thanks. Can you get me one real quick for all the stream here?
I'm on it.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh man, that was like
Appreciate
20
that,
bucks.
dude.
Cool. Thank you.
There are 10 natty lights sitting on the desk over here. I'll turn on the cat cam real quick and show you guys. What's left of April Fools, all of them expired, all of them garage hot, cooking in the garage over 3 months since the April Fool's stream. Yuck.
Dylan,
What?
do you want gin and Fresca or rum and Coke Zero?
Fresca, I guess.
Fresca.
Mrs. Bjorn was already fermented. I did have counter on Cecil, that's correct. Or Cecil. Oh, Cammy's back. You got a drink for America. See if there's anything left now. They're super empty. You got me, sir. I'm gonna chug this thing Andrea's bringing me. I guess you won't get to see the effects of it, Matt. We'll document if I say anything during dinner tonight, I guess. Hot house-aged beer, a pioneer of the trendy microbrew scene. Yeah, this was aged for weeks in a dry garage. Dude, I saw this awesome, since we're gonna wait a second, I'll go back outside and save really quick before we get lost looking for things. Octopath in 9 days? Awesome. Yeah, artisanal garage warmed beer. There was a really funny Reddit post recently about, was it LaCroix? LACROIX, the drink. It's like carbonated water with a light hint of flavor. And the post was like, yeah, it's like, you know, shipped on a truck next to bananas. What strawberries taste like with low batteries.
You'll probably see the effects in Discord.
Did you put a lot in here?
I didn't put that much.
Okay, this is for Matt. Thank you, Matt, for the donation. I appreciate it. We'll go ahead and chug it for America.
Exactly.
This is a full cup, by the way. You see how big this thing is?
Yep. Thank you, Paranormal Echoes. You're welcome. Those are your dollars at work.
I'll be weird in Discord later.
He will be weird in Discord later.
Thank you, everyone, for your support today.
What channel? General.
Thanks for being flexible and dealing with drunk Delandria Final Fantasy IV stream. Thanks, Andrea, for sitting for 4 hours.
Yay!
That's an all-time record.
It's because I was drunk.
Happy America Day to those in
And
America.
also, you had to go pee a lot, so I got to talk about science. Oh my god! Paranormal Echoes, we have to talk about the shot I did where we like blew something up and measured it with lasers. We'll talk in Las Vegas.
That brings us to time for today. Thanks everyone again for hanging out. We did hit the goal for the cooking streams.
Yay, cooking stream!
Those will probably start on a weekday next week. I will update the Discord once we've scheduled it out. We'll have to plan everything. We might do a poll to figure out what exactly we're going to be cooking.